Yeah, so I'm not gonna repeat everything I said, but yeah. So today we're gonna be talking about the Strat, right? And can you everybody see my screen? Y'all could just put a yes in the chat. All right, cool. All right. So a lot of people ask me, what is the Strat? And what are the numbers that are in my on my charts, right? Well, the Strat is something that Rob created, and it's a simplified way. I like to say that it's a simplified way of trading, right? So with that being said, let's go through the slide. Okay, there we go. So what's the Strat, right? And real quick, since I'm recording this is also something that I found that I keep telling people, make sure that you look up Alex Options and also Sarah Sniper through me doing research, but my brother D'Angelo had found this doing his own research on the Strat and on Alex. And I kind of just refined it a little bit, not the wording or anything, just like how it looks presenting wise. But make sure you guys do your research because you'll be able to find great gems like this as well. But I'll make sure to share this with you guys as well. So what is the Strat? The Strat is a price action based trading method that is 100% objective. The objectivity means that there is no guesswork when trading, right? There's no guesswork when trading. And I will reference back to this. This is beneficial because it allows you to remove all bias and only focus on what we know is occurring within the market at any time, right? And anybody can ask me a question and you can see that my market view can change, right? If I answer something about a call, and I know that we're scalping or just on a quick day trade, I may be like, yes, go for calls. You're good right now. It's FTC to the upside, right? And you may ask me something in the next 15 minutes and I may say just reverse down, right? And because that's what the Strat is. The Strat makes you not guess and just trade what you see and not what you think may happen, right? I'm gonna just go to the chat real quick. And I'm gonna answer questions right after this slide. And also I'll be taking it over to the charts as well. Let me go to the next one. All right. Also, this is like the table of contents. This is the class that we're gonna go over today. Like what's a 1, what's a 2, what's a 3. The only thing that the 1, 2, and 3, that's the only thing that can happen in the market when looking at candlesticks. There's only 3 things that can happen, right? There's either going to be an inside bar, a directional bar, which is what we trade, a 2 down, or it's going to be a 2 up, or it's going to be a 3, right? And you can only get a 3 after a 2, and a 3 can never go back to a 2, or a 1 as a 1 can never go back to a 1, right? After becoming a 2. The next class that we're going to have next week is going to be based on reversals and how to trade them and what they mean, right? The next class that we'll have the next Thursday, not next week, but the next week after that, will be on continuations and the difference between reversals and continuations and how to trade them as well. Then next week we'll go into broadening formations, but on this we'll go ahead and mute you real quick. All right, but on the 4th week, we'll go into what's broadening formation as well as what is full time frame continuity, FTC, and also what else did I put in there? And what is a PMG, right? So let's go to the next slide. All right, what are 1s, what are 2s, and what are 3s? 1s is an inside bar, which is defined as a consolidation period, right? Meaning there has not been a new high or a new low from its previous candle, right? It just doesn't say it in there, but you'll see how it reference it. So one more time, and 1, whenever you see a 1 on my chart, right? I don't want to back out, but I'll be going back to the charts here in a second. But whenever you see a 1 on my chart, it is consolidating, right? It is an inside bar. The reason it's an inside bar is because it hasn't broke the high of its previous candle, nor has it broke the low of its previous candle, right? And we always are wanting to look at the wicks. There's no wicks on this one, so we're going to go with the opening price. And we know that's the opening price because that is a bearish candle, right? They open up at the top and they close at the bottom of the bodies, right? Not the wick. But in the Strat, we're always looking at the wicks, right? So once again, the ones are inside bars. We do not trade those bars. We wait for the next bar and we wait for the direction and we go ahead once it triggers, right? So a 2-bar, right? And these are these. Whenever when you see it on my chart, you're gonna see them labeled on the top. On some people's charts, you'll see them on the bottom, right? But whenever you see a 2-bar, to a bar that took out a previous high or low, this is the bar we look to be trading as it is a directional move, right? And what that means, directional move, is basically we're not going to look at this one, right? Or we can look at it and see that this was a 2 down, right? Because it broke its previous low. So this bar right here is automatically a 2 down. We don't know what this bar is because we don't have a previous bar to go off of, right? So we know that this went 2 down. So the direction was 2 down on this candle once it broke right here. And you can see that that was its entry point and you still got a nice little move. Even if you didn't take it at the bottom of this wick, once it closed, you still had a nice decent move, right? Depending on what ticker or security you was trading, right? So this is your inside bar right here. Notice we do not trade these bars, right? Going back to talking about the 2s, this was a 2 down because it broke the previous candle's low, but not the previous candle's high. This is a 2 up because it broke the previous candle's high and not the previous candle's low, right? So you can look at this scenario, right? And see the same scenario here, how it went 2 down. It's just not showing you that here, but this went 2 down. You had a 1 and this still went 2 up. It just closed back down, right? So this one is just like this one. It's inside of this bar, right? It's consolidating inside because it did not break the high of this previous candle, nor did it break the low of this previous candle, right? So we don't trade this candle because it's consolidating, right? Because that's what it says here. So on a second bar, right, once it opens up right here, we had a little bit of price action. That's what the wick is identifying with, that we had a little low and then it started going up. It started going up. Your entry point was right here, right? So once it triggered your entry point, this bar at one point, as soon as it opened, it was a 1 bar because it has not broken the high nor the low. But once it triggered for you to enter, it became a 2 bar. Now is a directional bar, letting you know that the direction of this candlestick is to go up, right? So that would have been your entry point. So now on a 3 bar, whenever we see a 3, let me just mute the chat real quick, boom. So whenever you see a 3 bar on your chart or my chart, it's a bar that looks, it's a bar that took out the previous bar's high and the previous bar's low, right? Which is what it's meaning is that this candle, it opened up here, so it automatically became a 2 up, right? But this candle, you can obviously see that it broke the high of this candle and it also broke the low of this candle. So that made this bar a 3, right? So real quick to explain this scenario, right? We had a 2 down because it broke the previous low, right? Then we had a inside bar consolidation period because it did not break the low of the previous candle, nor did it break the high of the previous candle. So you should not enter this trade. This trade you could enter for puts. This one you don't touch, right? The next bar automatically went 2 up because we know red candles open up at the top, right? Not the top of the wick, but the body of the wick. So what happened here is we never had an inside bar, like a consolidation period. It picked a direction to go up automatically, right? So what it did is it went up and it did its move. A lot of people will be like, well, the Strat doesn't work or I don't know, I don't understand it, right? And the reason why is because this is your target. It's not, we're just not talking about that right now, but your previous candle is your target, and the previous candle to that candle is your, is your entry point. And this that previous candle to this one will be your target, right? That signifies get out your trade, take profit, right? And you can see that it still was a good move from what it gave you. Your next target would be up here, right? But it all depends on the time frame that you're utilizing, right? So going back to the 3-bar, I'm gonna get back to the chat. I'm gonna get back to the chat here in a second. But going back to this scenario, the reason it became a 3-bar and the reason that it still worked out, right, even though it reversed back down, is because this was your target, right? So this was your entry point. So this automatically went up. You missed your entry point, right? So you could have said, hey, I'm not going to trade that trade. This automatically went up. And as you see, I can't draw a line on this right now. Oops. I can't draw a line on this right now. But this would be your entry point and this would be your target. You can see if I just go straight through that it hit your target for you to take profit, right? If you would have just entered in really quickly and was just like, oh, snap is reversing. Well, hey, you should take your profit because that's what the strat is telling you, right? So it automatically, it automatically started going right back down, right? It went from green, this candle was green at one point, and it went red. And it was showing you an inverted pin bar, and it started going down, and it took out its previous target, automatically turned to a 3, right? And that's how we get 3 bars, right? When we talk about the 50%, I'll also be talking about the 50% retracement rule, but that'll be in the next class, right? So you guys don't get confused on just the principles of the strat. So real quick, right here it says, when identifying candles, use the highs and lows. Do not ignore the wicks. When I was mentioning earlier, do not ignore the wicks when it comes to entry points and targets. Targets meaning go ahead and take profit, and also entry point meaning enter your trade. And one other thing that's not on here is, let's say that we wanted to enter in for calls when this broke, this candle right here. Well, it gapped up, right? So let's say, let's use this scenario. Give me 1 second, I'm dropping all this. Say that we wanted to enter here to take out this target, right? So once this started going back down, once we entered at right here, right, to take out this target, which it did take out, right? Sorry, I got lost on what I was trying to explain, my bad, when identifying the wicks, remember, and man, I just blanked out. My bad. It's just a lot of background noise over here. Hopefully y'all don't hear it, but I kind of just blanked out. If somebody remembers, they could unmute. They can unmute and just tell me exactly what I was saying. But anyways, I'll just keep going. So once you entered in here, you would have entered in, right? And you would have took your profit right here. And I apologize. I know I was just deep in a thought and I was explaining something. This is what came to me. Your stop loss, because I'm talking about entries, but you don't understand your stop loss, right? So let's say I wanted to enter in right here. That's what I wanted to talk about. Your target's right here. So since we know this is our entry point, this is going to be our stop loss, your previous candle, right? So when this was going down, you understand that this never hit your stop loss. So you would have never got out your trade, and you would have got out your trade or trimmed and took some profits when it hit that first take. When it hit that first, it's not your first take profit, but go ahead and trim. If my rule is, if you have anywhere between 4 contracts and less, go ahead and take all your profits, right? And just wait for the next trade. But if you have anywhere between, even 5, you could go ahead and trim, but this is getting risky now. You could go ahead and trim 3 and hold 2 and see what happens. And then if it goes the opposite direction, just go ahead and break even, utilize your stop loss, right? Or you break even or utilize your stop loss. My apologies. So real quick, I don't want to go to the chat right this second, just because I don't want to get thrown off from just a slide. I think it's just a couple of more. Let me slide through it real quick. Yeah, it's just one more, and then we're going to get to the charts, and we're going to go ahead and answer questions. So why are 1s, 2s, and 3s important? 1s, 2s, and 3s are the only thing that can occur when any given market, when using a candlestick chart, right? And what it's saying is there's only 3 things in a market, 3 things that you can see on a candlestick, right? There's only an inside bar, right? A consolidation period that we did not break the high or we did not break the low. That's one thing that can happen in the market if you're trading candlesticks. The second thing that can happen is that the candlestick chose a direction, and it's going in the direction is to go down for that period, right? Or that candlestick at that given moment. So that's the second thing that can happen. Then the third thing that can happen is that it takes out the, and the second thing that can happen with the 2 scenarios are that it went 2 down, that it took out one previous high or previous low. It didn't take out both highs, right? And that's what the 3 does. And that's what I was going to go ahead and explain. So the third thing that can happen is only that it took out the previous high and previous low. There's nothing else that can happen within these candlesticks, right? So going back over here, knowing that there are only 3 outcomes from one bar to the next statistically means that there is a finite amount of candlesticks that can occur from one bar to the next. Therefore, we do not have to guess price. We do not have to guess where price is going. It will always, see, now I want to talk on my own because I understand this. It will tell us exactly that in real time as it occurs. And that goes back to what I was saying when we were looking at the first slide. What is the Strat? The Strat is a price action based trading method that is 100% that is 100% objective. The objectivity means that there is no guesswork when trading, right? This is beneficial because it allows you to remove all bias and only focus on what we know is occurring within the market at any given time, right? And that's when I was saying that anything can happen. We can be going for calls right now, and then all of a sudden we can start going for puts because of the reversals that the Strat gives us, right? So going back to this, it makes it more understandable, right? Now I'll be going to the chat real quick to answer you guys' questions. Oops, look, I'm already going to the next class. But I'll show y'all real quick what it is. It's going to be like, what's the reversals, right? Things of that nature, and me explaining these things on a chart so you can understand these reversals, because they're not going to always look this pretty. Note how I'm always talking about morning stars or evening stars, right? Or you'll hear me talk about bearish flags or bullish flags because of the PMGs. So they correlate with these chart patterns that we learn as well, right? Hint is because this is a price, the Strat is a price action based strategy. That's exactly what it is. It's just based on price action and what's happening in the market, right? And that's why I always say, I don't really care about news. All I care about is price action. The news helps, but that's what it is, right? So that's what you guys will be learning. And that's why I said it wasn't identified, but I'll go ahead and show you guys this slide so you guys can be able to understand this right here, right? But I won't go too deep into it because I want you guys to be able to just understand what the 1, 2, and the 3 is and why they're so important and why I choose to stick with the Strat, right? Versus any other strategy that I've learned. But let me go ahead and go back to this slide real quick. So, right, looking at this scenario, a 2-1-2, and this is why I say we do not trade an inside bar. We get excited when we find an inside bar because in the Strat world, it gives us a setup, either a 2-1-2 reversal to the downside, or a 3-1-2 reversal to the downside, or it's going to give us a 2-1-2 reversal to the upside, or a 3-1-2 reversal to the upside, right? And I know there's a couple of new people in this class, but for everybody that's been in the Discord, note why I always say green to red or red to green, right? Because I've seen that works very effectively, right? But going back to understanding your entries, right? And I'll also talk about the stop loss. That's it's just not drawn up here. But long story short, this is a they're calling it a 2-bar, but we don't know what's over here. And I'm explaining it this way so you can look at the Strat combo sheet just like this, right? We don't know what's over here, so we really don't care about what happened with this bar. We're not going to try to number it, right? This, for a fact, we know is an inside bar because it did not break.
I can't see your mouse.
Huh?
I can't see your mouse or where you're pointing to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you see it now? No? Oh, damn.
Yes.
Can anybody else see my mouse? Like right here? Oh, I just went to the next slide. My bad. Like right here on
Yes.
top.
I see
Okay,
it.
I see it now. Yeah, it was small. Yeah, I see it.
Okay, gotcha. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. All right. So, right here, right? This would have been your entry. Oh, this is what I was explaining. So we're not going to number this bar, even though it's numbered. We can go ahead and see that and say that it's a 2 down, but we don't know what happened because we don't have a previous candle. So to this one, we know what happened, right? Because we obviously see it did not break the high of this previous candle, nor did it break the low of this previous candle. It is consolidating. And for anybody and for everybody else that is starting to understand the strat and has been in the Discord, know that the 50% retracement rule, how it's like sitting over it, right? So anyways, just going back to it, right? We know that this is an inside bar. We enter this trade right here, how it says entry at the bottom of the wick, the low of the candlestick, right? And I will show this on the chart, right? Once that triggers, you enter right here your trade and you take profit on the 3rd bar or even the next bar or the next bar, because you'll see more bars, right? And that's what you do. You enter here, you put your stop loss right up here. So if this candle reverses and goes back up, you don't lose much profit. And that's why I love the strat, right? Because depending on the setup, you can choose reversals, right? You can choose continuation patterns. Let me just mute everybody. You can whatever pattern you want to choose. I don't want to give a probability, but I'm gonna just say like 8 or 9 times out of 10, your stop loss is going to be very short, right? So you may just lose 10%, 15% or something like that, right? But how you have to look at it is you have to try it out. You can't just try it one time and be like, dang, this thing sucks. Try it the second time and win and be like, oh man, I don't know, I don't like it that much, right? Try it out a few times and see how many times you win with these different types of combos that the strat provides us with, right? So real quick, let me stop sharing this real quick. Give me 1 second, I'm trying to back up. There we go. And that's my favorite one, the 2-2 reversal. But boom. Now that I backed out of here, let me go to the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and answer some questions. Okay, D'Angelo's been here answering all these questions. And since people can unmute themselves, you can go ahead before I jump on the charts and go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question as well. I need this. Yes, I need this class. Can you drop this PDF? And yes, I will be dropping the part of the class that I went over. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this. But if you're also in the Discord, just like DM me, like if you're understanding the strat and stuff like that, and you've seen that this is already helpful from just looking at the background or something like that, just let me know and I'll send it to you already, right? But I do want to be able to explain it so people could be able to get it, right? So thanks for the class, Moody. You're more than welcome. I was asking she where to find info on the strat. Awesome, awesome, awesome. If you want to find any type of info on the strat, let me just pull up the Discord real quick. So you can go up here to stock training, and all moderators and all moderators have dropped something about the strat. As you see right here, we have Lauren, and she dropped a strat basic. So this is probably going over something super basic that I'm going over, the combo sheets of the strat, and also just saying how to enter and exit and get out of your trade and things of that nature. But you can just scroll up and you'll see all different types of moderators that drop different things about the strat. Let me just make sure, yep, right here. And you can learn different things, right? And Sarah Sniper, the person that I learned this from, right? Just watching her YouTube videos, she breaks it down very, very simple and makes you understand it, right? And it's, even though I'm talking about the strat right now, she has done little small clips for YouTube and just like a gap fill, how to trade the gap fill, right? And even if you don't trade the strat, I remember what the strat is. The strat is a price action based strategy, right? So the candlesticks that you're looking at is price action. So it can still help you with the strategy that you may be using as well. Just try not to look at the 212s or anything, and you'll still understand exactly what she's talking about. Or a matter of fact, here, I'll give you a gem. When you hear us talking about targets and things of that nature, and even entries and stop loss, think about it as support and resistance. Inside bar, see, yeah, and you can learn how, see, she has little small videos on how to trade the inside bar, breakout, swing strategy. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm also going to have a class on, and it's going to be towards the end, I think it's the last class, where I'll also be teaching you how to swing trade with the strategy as well. Somebody trying to ask a question?
You better not drop it.
All right, boom, boom. Does the strat apply to a specific time frame or all time frame? The strat applies to every single time frame, from the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, and I will be showing that as well. And I'll show you how to put it on your charts in 3 different types of strat worlds, or strat scripts, might I say. It applies to all time frames. Appreciate you. Diamonds, 3 bars is a fail 2. Exactly what D-Wiz said. A 3 bar is a fail 2 up or a fail 2 down. You were explaining targets and entry points. Oh, appreciate it. I should have looked in the chat. I should have looked in the chats. See, and I got right. It came right back to me. So I went to the stop losses. I can't see which candle cluster. I think everybody was able to see it. You could unmute yourself and just let me know if you're still not unable to see it. A failed 3 bar being, yeah, he just broke it down. Appreciate you, Wiz. On some of these examples, the entry seems closer to the target than the stop loss. What kind of risk to reward ratio would you seek on a trade? Also, just keep in mind when you're seeing anything when it relates to candlesticks, somebody is creating this, or I could have created some type of content and put it out, and it's just for teaching or educating purposes, really, right? So, and the reason I say that is because when seeing anything like, say, a 3 pattern, a chart pattern, or reversal, bearish or bullish, or you're just seeing a few candlesticks, right? Like right here, let me pull this one up. Like right here, how it's just showing you a pattern and it's telling you how to trade it. Like, hey, buy is reversing, sell. Understand that it's just to get the listener or the audience to get to understanding something, right? Because it all changes when we go straight to the chart. And I'm gonna actually, well, that's gonna be on the next class. I was working on next week's class and seeing how I would like to do it, but I already had all this charted before I drew all of this stuff. And for anybody that's just joining the Discord, you can also go to my channel and see that the numbers are still the same from previous days. And I was just calling out levels and things of that nature. But you see, like, for to answer your question a little better and on the charts, like for risk to reward ratio, it really just depends on what's going on that time frame, right? But from this 212 reversal, because this right here is this right here was a reversal off of this reversal. The rest of these candles were continuations, two up, two up, two up, right? Then we ended up getting an inside bar. And here, let me do this. I'll let you just see it live in action. So I'm gonna press play here. Boom, we just got a 2 up, right here. My Strat was being slow, and it doesn't populate slow at all. It's just how my computer was just at this second. As soon as we would have got this 2 up, we also know, right? Because we're looking at all this stuff in hindsight, but let's try to look at it in hindsight and act like it's present time, right? We've seen it has full time frame continuity, right? But this is signifying that this candle has closed, right? So when also looking at this full time frame continuity, for anybody that's already understanding the Strat, understand that full time frame continuity now is going to change on a smaller time frame as soon as the new candles come out, and any candles on any other time frame. So why I have the level openings of daily, weekly, monthly, 1 hour candle, 15-hour candle, right? Because I know I'm on a smaller time frame and I'm majority on a 1 minute time frame. So I'm going to be able to this flip if anything decides to flip. And I'm also going to be able to see it within the opening levels if I'm not paying attention to this and just looking at data, right? So just going back to showing you like the probability of the trade, right? Now you just got a 1. I'm gonna pause it, right? The candle closes, right? So we also know that once this candle came out, it came out right here at the O. And look, I don't even have to like explain it right here. You can just look up here. The O stands for opening, the H stands for high, the L stands for low, the C stands for close. The numbers that you see here, whether it's negative or positive, is letting you know where that candlestick closed at, whether it closed negative 59 cents, right? From its opening price, right? From this opening price. So it's letting you know, and it's just telling you the percentage move, right? So looking at this candle, and all you have to do is hover over the candle. Looking at this candle and looking up top, you see that the opening price was 376.66, right? So, and the high is 376.95. Note that it says 1 here too, where we don't have to try to look at all of that. We know not to enter that trade anymore. We know that time frame continuity has been changing on a smaller time frame, right? No, look, it's not going to mess me up. So if I go to 5 minute, we already see a reversal happening. You see this 2 up, 2 1 on smaller time frames. You're going to get the move quicker, right? Oh, and it's not even a 2-1. Sorry, this actually broke. I read it wrong. My apologies. But this is a reversal. It's 2 up, 2 down. You will catch the move quicker on a smaller time frame, right? But that's what I just lost what I was about to say. Let me go back to 15. You can see the consolidation. Also what I was about to add, but what I was talking about is the time frame continuity. You can see it changing, right? Because you're not going to see it here, but I understand it from the Strat. Why? Because we're no longer, if we're not green, we're no longer full time frame continuity on a 1 minute chart, right? We're not going to see it right here. This is still going to have full time frame continuity, which is letting us know, hey, don't get scared out your trade. The bigger time frame is still on a direction and getting bought up, right? We're scalping and day trading and seeing these patterns and getting faked out, but overall they're buying it. And for anybody that understands, because I know I'm not explaining this right now, is you can see the blue candles, and I'm gonna go into explaining that here in a second. As soon as I finish answering this question, let me take it back to the 15 minute. Boom, we know it's a 1 bar, right? So let's say that we believe, and it's not even believing, right? It's about putting, they're not gonna allow me to do it as I'm doing this replay. Let me see. No, it's gonna make me do a horizontal line. I don't want one of those. So you would just put your alerts right there at the bottom of this at the bottom of the candle, the wick, and at the top of the wick. And it's gonna let you know, like whatever one triggers is letting you know, go to puts, go to calls, right? So once that triggers your alert, let's go ahead and let it play. Your entry point, and let me draw it out for you. Oh, it's already on there, and it's Alt J. Alt J, Alt J, Alt J, Alt J. Right there, that was your entry point. Since I can't use the alert, that's your stop loss, right? Because you chose this entry point. If you would have chose this entry point, this would have been your stop loss, right? So for me, for risk reward ratios purposes, I love the Strat because it works. I don't want to say like 8 times out of 10, but it does, right? Majority of the times. And if you learn how to utilize it as well. But as you see, you would have never got stopped out this trade. So you would have never got scared out this trade. And then of course, if you, once I go further into the classes, you'll understand that this was a PMG here as well. So that would have made you feel comfortable to stay in the trade as well, to be able to take out targets, right? This candlestick did not take out its target yet, but in this is going back to like the risk to reward ratio. Regardless of the fact you entered in at 375.85 and this is a SPY, right? If you would have entered in right there, by the time it got to the bottom of this candle, that was 375.21. That was still a decent move on SPY, right? You could have still got out your trade with profit because you was close to your target, right? Or you could have just waited till your target eventually hit. But we all know that SPY has been on a run right now. So just go ahead and let it play just to see if you would have stood in your trade. Boom. If you would have stood in your trade, if you would have stood in that trade, you should have gotten out. This is why I love the Strat. Let's just say you got in this trade. Boom. This was your entry point. You didn't take your profit and and let's just say we say, oh, well, it didn't hit my target, so I didn't take my profit. You should always want to take your profits, right? Because we don't control what these candlesticks do or anything, right? So one thing is, boom, let's say the next candle on a 15 minutes. So you had time to decide, right? Opened up and started reversing and it was green, and you're seeing that it's holding the support level from where it's open, from where the hours opening up as well, right? So as it's going up, you could have got out your trade at break even right there. Like, you know what? I'm not going to take this risk. If you wanted to take the risk, you could have got out your trade when you knew that this candlestick just reversed on a 15-minute time frame, because that means everything just reversed from a 5-minute to a 3-minute to a 1-minute time frame, right? And that also means that the 30-minute, right, of the next time frame, it's possible for it to reverse as well. Let's go ahead and take it to the 30 just to see for hindsight. Exactly, right? Entry right here. Note this is a 2 up, 1 2 up, right? So that's a 2 1 2 continuation right here, because the real reversal is down here, and we're gonna learn this within the other classes. But hopefully that answered your question, bro, because I'll be rambling. Let me go up here real quick and start. Let me see if I can answer some more questions before I teach you guys how to put this on your chart. Go 3, yes, boom, yes, I can see it, yes. Is your entry always on the inside bar? Not always, right? Depending on, look, and I'll just back out my screen because I keep it on this monitor. This is the combo sheet, and these are your bearish and these are your bearish and bullish reversals, bearish being on top, bullish being on the bottom, and then these are your continuation patterns, right? But one thing is, I keep this up here, but I show a different combo sheet because these reversals as well are continuations, right? We just don't want to confuse people and be like, oh, this and this and that. So we teach what I've seen in the past is people teaching the Strat, they teach reversals and continuations, because you'll start to understand when that 312 was not a continuation, because you understand what continuations are, right? So long story short, see, I done lost my train of thought again. Let me go back to this. What was the question? Oh yeah. So so the question is your entry always on the inside bar? No, right? So on the ones that are 3-bar setups, majority of all the 3-bar setups are gonna be like a 3-1-2. Well, not all of them. I think there's only like 2, right? 3-1-2. Yeah, because that's the rev strat is a 1-2-2. Yes. So there's like 2 setups within the strat. There's a 2-1-2 right here, bullish reversal or bearish reversal, or a 3-1-2. So there's only a select few. So if you want to be an inside bar trader, you only have a select few patterns to actually choose from if you want to do so, right? But if you choose it different patterns, and once you get into the strat, you'll just start liking majority of the patterns, but then you'll find like your favorite 3, or how it just depends on the trader that you are, right? But it just depends on the pattern that you're looking at. So if we were looking at a 2-2 reversal, you wouldn't have an inside bar, right? You would have a 2 down, right? It's saying that we note that this one is saying that is a 1 bar because the previous, it didn't break the previous candle high or low, but note that this one right here doesn't have a number on it because we don't know the previous candle. Rob that created this, amazing. He's like literally putting it in your face so you don't get too confused, right? Without him, since he can't talk to you and just showing you images. So long story short, and let me not say Rob because I don't know who actually created this one. It could have been Sarah Sniper, but I think it was Rob. But long story short, on this one, you would have just took the break of your previous candle of the 2 down, right? When this bar would have came out, it would have been an inside bar like this, a 1. And as soon as it would have triggered your entry, it would have turned into a 2, right? And you would have gone ahead and enter your trade, and you would have took profits right here if you wanted to at this candlestick, and also right here. Let me go back into this chat. Donna, not always your entry. Oh, appreciate it, bro. Yup. See, he started talking about the 2 up, 2 up, 2 down. Thank you, D-Wiz. Which strat indicator is that? That wasn't an indicator. I was showing. That was just examples. How did you get? Oh, possibly you was talking about on the chart. That one is the strat open level, which I will show you as well. How did you get the numbers? I'm going right now to that, bro. All right. Discuss the time frames. I'll see if that's on my list on talking today, but I do want to talk about, trust me, I want to talk about all that stuff. Let me pull this back up for you guys. All right. So yes, close, please. And let's get off of there. I've been doing a whole bunch of stuff with SPY. Let's go to QQQ. Just have a little cleaner chart. And let me just put this on a daily. Oh man, I want to talk about the market. We're talking about the strat though. Boom. So how do you put the strat on your trading views, right? Let me just go ahead and delete it off of mine because I already have it on there. Let me go ahead and delete TC so I can show you how to put that on there too. And TC is full time frame continuity, and that's going to be like the H, the D, the M, or the W, might I say first, and then the quarterly for the Q, and then the Y. That's letting you know your time frames. That's time frame continuity. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to indicators, right? And I'm on a computer, so if you're on a mobile phone, dang, where's my phone? Let me pull up trading views. If you're on the mobile phones and you go to trading views, it's going to be the plus button on the bottom right corner, right? You're going to hit that plus button and you're going to click indicator, and you'll be at the same screen that I'll be, and you'll go to search, right? And I'll go back to the computer. So we're going to click indicator and you'll be on this screen as well. And you're going to type in Strat, STRAT, right? Not start, but Strat. And the three that I'm going to show you how to put on your trading views is going to be the Strat Assist, the Strat Can Do Open Levels Active FTC, full-time frame continuity. As well, this is the one that I use. This is the one that I'm starting to learn, but I'm probably going to stick with this one. And this is the one that also that I'll be showing you how to put, and this is the one that I began with, right? So let's go to the one that I began with. You'll just click it one time, just like I just clicked it right there. Also, you can highlight them and make them your favorite, so you don't they could be in your favorites. So now this one is turned on. As you see, this one's in blue. You have your two ups, your 3 bars, your inside bar that's consolidating, your 2 bar that failed. You have your 2 down, right? And some of these you can structure them how you would like, where you can have your 2 ups to be on the top of the bar, your 2 downs to be on the bottom of the bar. Me, I just like everything to be on the top. I used to have everything on the bottom, but I liked it more on the top. And it's just because I can understand the strat and I don't need it to tell me 2 up and 2 down. So after you put it on there, what you'll do is you'll click this candlestick strat part right here, and you'll click settings, right? I'll go to the chat here. Let me just pull it up. Can you share this chart with us in the group? What do you mean by that? Like, you want me to just take a picture of this chart? You can unmute yourself if you like, or just respond back in the chat. I don't want to try to pronounce your name. I'm not. Oh, I ain't Abby. I ain't gonna say I'm hate. Well, hey, Haitians is part of Dominicans, but yeah, I'm not the best reader. The link to it. There's not a link to. I don't have links to my charts. This is just trade. Are you asking like how do you have a chart? This is.
No, okay, I'm sorry. So like when you're on TradingView,
Yeah.
it's an option on there where you can actually click sharing, and it'll let you copy and highlight the HTTP, and then you can just drop it in a group and it'll let us pull that same exact chart up. It's over, I could tell you, it's over.
So wait, hold on. I don't care to do it, but so you'll be able to have not access to my trading views, but like what I'm doing on the chart. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, not access to your TradingView, but that exact chart. Like instead of trying to figure out how to, add everything that you have.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. How do I do that?
So you see where it say unnamed at? You just click the down arrow. Where it says unnamed.
Unnamed? Oh.
Yeah. Click the down arrow though. And now click on sharing. You see you have sharing off. Yeah, turn it on. And now you can go back up to the HTTP bar at the top where it say TradingView in the chart. And you can just highlight it and copy and paste it to the group.
Oh, that's dope. And hey, I got a question. So can anybody draw on the chart or do anything that I populate on mine?
No, they'll have to actually just like when they copy and paste it, they'll save it in their own TradingView, but it'll make them like save it. So they have to save their own copy of it. And once they save their own copy of it, they'll be able to like write on whatever, because otherwise they can only view it. They can't do anything to yours.
Okay, cool. I'm trying. So I'll just be honest. I'm trying to pick your brain to understand like why. What are you gonna do with it? Because I just like to learn. Like how would that help you? So I could be able to do that in my future classes. Like, what does it provide you?
Nothing. It's just it gives us the ability to use the same exact chart that you're using when you're trading.
Oh, okay.
So nothing major,
I think she's talking about mostly the same indicators.
Exactly, adding the indicators.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, yeah, I'll do that this time and I'll stop sharing mine. But I could also just drop my thing right here and take a picture of this and you can always see the indicators. But I got you. You're in the Discord, so I can know where to drop it at in here. All right, got you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, no problem. Trust me, that's dope. Like if you can see anything I draw on my chart, I went to crypto chart. That'd be dope for you too. Because I'd be charting stuff up then and just share the link. Be like, all right, look, man, look, I'm gonna just chart it.
I'll be on Zoom.
All right, so I'm gonna drop it in the general chat.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so let's go back. So you'll click right here and you'll go to the settings gear, right here, how it highlights and say settings. You'll click your settings and you'll have these two tabs to choose from. Stay on style and how was it? Oh yeah, so on this one you can change everything that it just tells you right here, and this is why I strayed away from here. So let's say your 1 bars, you make them whatever colors you want. Let's say you wanted to make them white, right? I normally make them yellow. And say your 2 bars, you wanted to make them white. And your 3 bars, you wanted to make them pink. Whatever you want to do. That is what's gonna happen on the chart. As you see, the pink ones are gonna turn, the 3s are gonna turn pink, the 2s ones, the 1s yellow, right? And also, this one won't allow you to like choose whether you want them 2 up or 2 down. They're just gonna ask you if you want them below or above, right? Or they'll wait, absolute. Or it can also be absolute. I never use that, so I don't want to talk about it, but consciously what it tells me is that it'll tell you at like once it's there, like, oh, it's a 2 bar, but I wouldn't want to use that. I'll have to back test that and see how it is. But you can choose however you like it. Me, I like them on my candlesticks, right? And that's basically all that this indicator is going to allow you to do, right? And this is what I started with. And I'm actually happy now that I'm actually putting it on the chart and explaining it, because this possibly could have helped me as well learn the strat quicker because it was simple, right? I didn't have to do too much. The only thing that I always wanted to do was learning it from Sarah was like change the colors specifically of my candlesticks, but then I kind of geared away from that and didn't worry about it, right? So that's how you would put this indicator on, and that's how you would utilize it. Just changing your bar colors and setting the settings how you would like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this one off. I'm gonna go ahead and put the second one on, and I'm gonna just do here. I'll lower, oh, I'm gonna need this under here like that anyways. I'm gonna do the one that I use because I've been back testing this one, but I haven't been utilizing it too much, but I also know that it is effective. So once you click this one, the one that I use, the first thing that's gonna pop up, whether you're whether you're on mobile or a PC, this confirmation will pop up, the confirmation input, right? It'll be highlighted already, yes for you. You'll click apply. Once you click apply, it will not be on your chart. This one does not just populate on your chart. You'll have to go straight to the settings, and it's because how the settings is, right? And this one is completely different than the other one. It's a more advanced than the other one, and then the other one that I'm showing you is possibly more advanced than this one. I just like the certain things that this one has that the other one doesn't, right? So you want to keep that. This is what populated first. You want to keep that highlighted. You want to scroll down right here. The first thing under inputs that you're going to have is going to be is going to show it's labeled show open levels, right? And that's when you hear me talking about levels or talking about the opening price, right? And things of that nature. And when I do speak about it and you don't understand the strat fully yet, just look at it whenever I'm saying opening level as support or resistance. If we're above the opening price, it is supporting that level. If we're below it, it is rejecting, right? So anytime it goes there and it continues to reject, those are your entries. But that's a different style of trading a strat, right? Because that's me trading the rejection move, not the bars. So, and that's why I always explain that I don't only trade the strat, I implement a lot of different things that I know with the strat, right? So with the opening levels, you choose whatever opening levels that you may desire. Let me make this chart a little smaller so everything can populate. These are your opening levels right here. the 60 stands for the 1 hour chart, right? So the 1 hour chart opened up right here. The daily opened up as well right here. And that 1 hour is just letting you know the last candlestick on an hour opened up there, not every single one of the hours. The hourly changes, the daily does not change. It only changes tomorrow when we get a new day, right? The weekly also doesn't change, it only every other week, right? And as well, not vice versa, but the same thing with the monthly, and the M stands for monthly. So when I had this up, those are your opening levels, right? I normally just turn on my 15, and that's the red one that populates right there, or orange one that populates right there. I don't turn on the 5. One, to be honest, is I would like to have it up there, but I don't like my chart being too cluttered with a lot of things, right? And I'm also always on a 5-minute time frame, 3-minute and 1-minute time frame. So I'm already knowing where the opening levels are at on those candlesticks, just in case I'm on the 15-minute and I just want to see it on my chart so I can be aware at support or resistance, right? I keep that on my chart. And you can change, you can take off or add whichever ones you would like on your chart. So if you're a swing trader and you're not focusing on your, on, let's say, your 60 or your 15-minute, you're just trading the strat off of the daily and the 4 hour, right? You can just have your 4 hour, your daily, just so you can understand. So you can structure it however you like, right? So when you come down here, the opening levels, you can change the colors to them. Know how the 60, the 1 hour is purple, right? Red for daily. You can change them however you like. Come down here. This is why you see that the numbers are not on the screen, right? And it's because we have to populate these numbers how we would like them. We will have to click whichever one we desire and have them populate on our chart how we want them to. So no, real quick, I normally just click scenario 1 bar, right? Because I want to see any one of my 1 bars. Oh, and real quick, I used to do it like that and still see that they're not populating, and it's because it's in gray, because I can see this one right here, right? And I can see that one right there. So just make sure that you change it to white and you'll be able to see them more clearly. Then I'll click scenario 2 bar. I'll turn those 2 on, and then I'll turn on scenario 3. And that's how I utilize my strat, right? But let me show you another way that you can utilize it. For learners, you can go ahead and click scenario 1 bar, right? Click scenario 3 bar. Instead of selecting scenario 2 bar, right, you'll click 2 up and 2 down. And these, let me just get out of here. It'll populate for you a little more easier, where you now know that this is a 1 bar because it did not break the high or the previous low. And you know that this was a 2 down because it's on the bottom. This is a 2 down because it's on the bottom. And well, it's not because it's on the bottom. It's a 2 down because we broke the previous candle's low. This one is a 2 down because we broke the previous candle low. But for it to, the way you have it populating on your screen is a little more easier to let you know that when you see the candle on the bottom of the candlestick, it's going to turn into a 2 down, right? So for the ones that are 2 ups, they'll populate on the top. The ones that are 2 downs, they'll populate on the bottom. So it'll make it a little more easier. For me, that was just a little, it was like a cluster. So I didn't like it. But it's a little more easier to understand that this was that's not a scenario like a 2-1-3. So let's just look for a strat pattern real quick. You can see that this was a 2-1-2, right? A 2 up, a 2 up, a 1, 2 up. It's a little more clearer like that, right? You can see that this was a 2 up, 2 down reversal. All right, so let's go back to the settings. So I'll put it back how I normally have it with the scenario 2s. So then when you scroll down here, it'll say select active F full time frame continuity, right? How this just popped up. And let's move this over here. All right, so FTFC, right? full time frame continuity, right? The first one was already selected for you, and note that that was this, right? And that's just to make sure that it's populating, on your screen, right? And what I mean by populating on your screen, I gotta move this so you can see. That's why you see, and I'm gonna explain it. This is why you see this last candle blue instead of just green or red. It's because it's full time frame continuity to the upside. So how you are able to put that on your screen so you can know to buy. You, before doing that, you choose whatever time frame you want to see, how you would like to see this populating, right? Remember, these are our opening levels, so we have those populated for us. Now we also want to put into our candlestick, for each one that populates for us on any given time frame, we want to know when it has full time frame continuity. And real quick, to have full time frame continuity, you have to have, I think it's 3 to 4, but I think it's like 4 to 5, but I like to say it's 3 to 4, and I believe I'm right. It's 3 to 4 or more time frames going the same direction at the same time, right? So like the 1 minute, the 3 minute, the 5 minute, and the 15 minute going, that they're buying it and it's green. The candlestick is green. That is full time frame continuity to the upside. If it's down, full time frame continuity to the downside, but on a smaller time frame, right? Because I'm talking about the 1 minute, 5 minute, 3 minute. So the way you look, I'm not going to explain it in this class, but full time frame continuity, if you have full time frame continuity green all the way up on bigger time frames, like your 1 hour, daily, monthly, they're buying for the rest of the day. That's just what I've learned, right? There's just going to be pullbacks. You got to catch those pullbacks, right? Or you could go for puts, right? And then just catch one of those reversals. The Strat will make it easy for you to be able to do that, right? So you'll choose whichever one you want on your candle. Normally, I always choose anywhere between the 5 minute, the 15, the 30, and the 60, right? Because I already have TC pulled up on here with my hourly and other bigger time frames. And I want it to be as small as possible. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, because I remember Fry Daddy asked me this, I'll go into my settings and I'll switch it over to the 1 minute, to the 1 minute, 5 minute, and 15 minute. And it just gives me extra time. It just gives me an extra time frame to let me know like, hey, they're even buying it up on the 1 minute, right? But I'm normally on the 1 minute, so I don't need it as much. So when you scroll down, it says active full time frame continuity, FTFC candle colors, right? So that's this now, right? It'll normally choose your, it normally blue and purple. I normally keep the bullish one blue because it represents, to me, in my eyes, it's kind of safety, and it represents with the green, right? And blue is like safety, right? So I like full time frame continuity. I like to buy. I don't like to say that I'm a bull or a bear. I'm a trade whatever the market tells me to do, but everybody likes to buy, right? When the market is going up. So long story short, I turn my purple one. If your candlestick turns purple, that means it's full time frame continuity to the downside, right? You just change it whatever you want it for the bullish and the bearish. If you change it green, obviously you're not going to be able to see it unless you change it to a different type of green, right? So this one I normally put orange, right? And whenever you see that I take these screenshots, right, and you're looking at the charts, like you can back test anything that I'm teaching and you'll see it on my charts. Let me see. I'm talking about buying, and the candles are going down. Why am I not scared? Because I have full time frame continuity. I also see on bigger time frames, I have full time frame continuity, right? And that was just about ranging, but all of this, I was talking about buying, right? And I'll start from the top so you can see, like, hold on. Oh, well, this was me saying that if we break this level, we go to 377, right? And we went to 376 and then we bounced, right? But it still kind of did exactly what I was saying. And then that's when I changed my whole entire market view. But I've been talking about it in the general chat, but you can see, even with me mentioning bearish patterns, double top, watch the RSI. is me trying to teach people like, hey, look, RSI is not oversold on the 1 minute. Watch your RSI. It's not oversold just yet. We just hit a double top, right? And you come down, you see the next picture, and you see I'm calling it out, double top. But don't get scared. I'm not saying that right there. I normally tell Jordan that. I'm like, bro, don't get scared. We gonna keep going, whatever the case may be. And he normally tells me that as well. But boom, double top right there. But I also see, yeah, it could be a shooter to the downside, but I have full time frame continuity. I also see this PMG that it can come down, and this can be my support level, right? Reason I say that, because if we scroll price action, it stops with this pin bar right there in that one. So it's not going to go to this line that quick. It has to break that level. So long story short, see, now I'm teaching on what I was teaching. You can also continue to look at your RSI on this picture right there, not oversold. Look at this one. Now it's curving down because it is shooter. Don't tell me it's going to my second target that I drew in the morning. It almost hit the first target in the morning. I said I needed to get better, and now it started heading. And as you see, I can't make this bigger, but look, double top, and I kept my drawing there so you can see that was a 3 bar, because I could see like it's like kind of reddish or something, or pink. So you still could have got in how I'm showing it on my chart, right? So look, go to this one, and as you see, boom, it gives you the inside bar right there on my chart. Still don't jump out when it starts going down. Why? Because of what we're talking about, full time frame continuity. My bigger time frames are telling me not to get scared and jump out of my trade. I am on a 1 minute chart. These red candles are not about to scare me. And it's only because I'm going with my past experience. I know we're finding a balance. And this is when I say, hey, we're going to bounce off of the 15 minute, or we're going to come test the 15 minute opening level. And it's because I can see it right there. And the strat is no joke, right? So what happens here? We come down, we bounce off the 15 minute opening level. What happens at that bounce? 15 minute opening level. Woo, green. Like I'm really, and that's why I said I wanted to show visuals of certain things and then go to like how I teach and stuff of that nature so people can see them, as well as I'm going with the strat. I didn't call it a 2-2 reversal. I said Morningstar, because I trade candlesticks. That's the first thing I learned with trading is candlesticks, right? So you see the Morningstar, right? I still got my targets. That's coming from earlier in the day, and that one up there, PMG created, right? Just like you have one there, but now we found a support. That's an actionable signal on a minimum downtrend on a 1 minute chart that's reversing back onto its uptrend, right? You go to the next one, I called it new PMG back up, right? And I just took a picture hoping that people would see like bloop, bloop, bloop. And it needs to hold those levels. What happened? Boom, took out those targets. And I drew the targets for anybody who didn't see it. And this is one thing, I'm glad that I'm showing this. This is one thing that I've learned about the strat. Once it takes out those targets, it is no longer relevant. But what it is relevant to is the chart. It's going to respect those levels, right? Those take profit levels. And what I mean by that, you can see, well, I can back test it because I actually still have it pulled. I haven't taken, I don't think I've taken none of these stuff off the chart. But as you see, PMG, one candle takes it all out. This one took it all out, the red one, and it failed. This one came back and took that target out. That's why I say all of these targets is irrelevant as soon as this inverted pin bar took it all out. And then this one came to take out that target. And that's why I continued to run, you know? And I was just like, all right, but I always want to get better. And it almost hit this one and it didn't hit my target, right? But it almost did it. But that was still close, right? And this, now I can explain this. Since I'm talking about the strat and the one that I use, this is when I was saying this, when I said I'm only talking about range. See the arrows from 15 minute to 60 minute, that's a good range to trade up or down because of the move. Because of the move, when the guy was talking about risk to reward ratio, watch the chart and see it play out so you can have a better understanding. I didn't give much levels as I should on a 1 minute chart, but you can see how it plays there as support and resistance to the candles. meaning that it'll tap there, how it came there, and it'll come down here, and it'll keep coming back. Obviously, the market started closing, so I didn't have the market closed, so I didn't get the price action. But you can see these candlesticks, how they stop. Look, remember I said once this candlestick takes out all these targets, is irrelevant to the chart, is irrelevant to take profit at, right? But is relevant to the chart as levels, right? The candlesticks will respect them as levels. Look, we run up, we double top right here, right? Trying to get to the target. We couldn't get to the target, but you could still, it was pretty close, right? Look, we come down, wick right at the bottom of it, and look how it closed over it. Next candle breaks, of course, the Strat, the next candle's low, and look where it stops. Yeah, you got a wick, right? But the wick basically stopped at that line too, and it closed up there. This one wick at the top there. Look how it played inside of there. And you have either price action, meaning the wicks, or you have open and closes on there. Look at Doji right there. Full time frame continuity, letting you know, don't get out your trade, right? But let's go back to the thing, and we'll go to the chart. And that's what I was trying to explain with seeing the full time frame continuities. And these are things that you give yourself in the, and not in the Strat, obviously in the Strat, but in trading, to give yourself an edge, to give yourself confidence, right? Obviously the confidence is going to come after you winning and back testing and seeing that the strategy works, right? But also how I'm going to be doing the classes from here and now on is actually back testing them, showing you how to trade, right? So after I do all of that on mine, I just go to the style. I quickly just scroll down just to explain all of this. These are your opening level lines. So if it's saying 60-minute opening levels, you could change the colors to them if you would like, right? However you like it. Me, I just try to keep it however it was. It was one of these grades. Right? I just keep all of this the same. I don't try to tamper with it at all. So I just scroll all the way down, but I do understand that they go to these, to my opening levels, right? I scroll all the way down. You can change it, and you can have them absolute, just like how you do the numbers. I leave everything the same. I want them absolute on this because I want my 15-minute to change as soon as I get a new 15-minute candle, right? And I just need the dotted lines. Scroll all the way down, and this is for all the time frames, whichever ones you choose to populate on yours. I scroll down until I start seeing some white, right? Because that's the colors of my candles, the Strat numbers. Excuse me, the inside bar, I go ahead, make them yellow. I take all of mine and I put them above. My twos, oh, and I'm sorry, I gotta turn off the 2 up and the 2 down because I don't utilize that. And I put my twos all on the top, and I put my threes all at the top, and I pick my threes pink. Note why I talk about Sarah Sniper, and you can obviously see that I duplicate success, right? So that's what I do to change the colors of my numbers. I like them red pink, because it's kind of like red and it's like stop. Inside stop, that's an outside bar, right? Because that's what a 3 is, an outside bar. It broke the previous high and the previous low is an engulfing candle. So it tells me to stop and go ahead and start watching, because we're creating a broadening formation. If it happens on a day, broadening formation starts happening on smaller time frames, right? So with me knowing that, I want to be aware, right? And I also want to be aware because I know that 3s set me up for 3-1-2s or 3-2-2s. So I want to be aware of that, right? The 2s are just directional candles. I'm automatically going to be in a 2 going up or a 2 going down. Also, the 1s, I like them yellow because it's like stop everything you're doing. Don't touch this candlestick, right? When it tells you to slow down, right? When you're driving on the road, I try to do everything kind of psychological. When you're driving on the road, the yellow means slow down. For some people, it means speed up, right? But it tells me to slow down, so I want to slow down and I want to stop, right? Notice stop with little, it's all psychological because trading is psychological, right? Stop, slow down, enter. But you have to do things like that for your mind, right? But let me go back in here. Yep, that's basically how I set mine up. And I don't change any of this. I don't change the visibility or anything. Yep, that's everything that I do. And then I'll close that out, and that's how I utilize my Strat. And of course, I do a whole bunch of other stuff, just like with candlesticks, but we'll get into that. The other way that you can do it as well, and I'm gonna jump to the chat here in a second. I'm gonna just pull it up. You'll type in Strat, and you'll click the Strat Assist. This one shall populate on your screen. All right. Be right back, bro. I appreciate you, D-Wiz. Let me scroll up. I'll discuss the time frames. Just give me a second here. Can you share this chart with us in the group? Yeah, I did that. This strat only works in trading views. TOS doesn't have it. Yes, TOS does have it. And I'm actually going to be going over that like when I go into the Discord, but I'll just show you real quick. And I'm actually going to drop these Discords again tonight, and I'll try to remember to drop them again tomorrow. Or for a fact, I know I'm dropping them tomorrow. I already set an alarm, but where's the Discord? I'm gonna drop a couple of Discords that I'm gonna show Strat bots and how to actually utilize them and trade them. But in all of these, in both of the ones that I will show, one Sarah Snipers is in and Alex Options as well. This one is just a full group of Strat traders that's also on Facebook, right? That it's just a huge community. So not how to trade, you could go there and see how to use volume trade, but you'll click right here, and they also have Strat training videos. And look, let's just click it real quick. That's them talking about it. But the reason I said let's click it real quick is because you can scroll and look, it already populated. You can scroll anywhere. And this is why I love the Strat community and Strat families. We shout everyone out. 50% retracement rule. I just dropped this the other day. Why does the time flip matters? I've been talking about it for the past week or 2 weeks. I always talk about it, but I've been drilling down. Hey guys, if the market's been going up, right, at market opening, and it's just been going up, not just ranging, but it's been breaking highs, guess what? By 10 o'clock or 10:30, the market's gonna flip and you can go for puts, because that's how it works. The bulls get after the bulls run, the bears get a turn. The bears just got to see if they have enough arsenal, if they have enough members to push the price down. Then the bulls get a turn again. You know what I'm saying? So why it matters and things of that nature. But we're always shouting each other out, and it doesn't matter who you are. If you trading a strat, if somebody finds out, we'll start sharing it, right? Because this is very powerful information. Did I just see my boy Friday in here? No. It looked like him. But what you'll do is, sorry, because I'm getting off topic, you'll go to the script studies. And this is actually where I found the Strat Assist script, right? So you'll just scroll up here and you'll see people, look, this is use a Thinkorswim one right here, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I just don't trade on Thinkorswim, but I'm pretty sure that the scripts that they have for the Strat are way better on TOS. And it's because it's kind of like the Strat Assist, they populate. Like, look, this is one, look, oh dang, I closed it. Dang. It was the original form of Alex Options, this template that he created. It didn't have like his thing on here, but it says something about TOS on here, and like reversals. But yeah, TOS, you can scan for reversals on TOS. Let me go back over here. But you'll just go into this community, in here, and you can find different TOS ones, right? Just like in the Strat trading, you can scroll down and you can script scan, right? And they have plenty for TOS, for trading views. Oh, look, the same one right here. It's just a whole bunch, right? So don't get discouraged thinking that you cannot use the Strat. You just can't use the Strat on like Webull, but I don't recommend anyone to chart on Webull. All right, let me get back to the chart. To the chat. Let me get off this. All right, so how many time frames in the same direction for FTC? Three to four. I'm still debating. I believe it's like 4 to 5, but for some reason, my mind keeps telling me, no, Moody, it's 3 to 4. You got it right. I just don't want to tell nobody the wrong thing. So three to or more time frames going the same direction is for full time frame continuity, 0 trays. Oh, OT. There we go. Tracy. So for swing trades, would you just use the higher time frame? Oh my God, you so smart, Tracy. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Even for swing trading, you can use the daily time frame for swing trading. Look how it sets you up, right? Inside bar, wait for the next day, enter, right? This is why I don't be liking this chart. This was obviously, I don't know why it's purple, right? So I know for a fact this is a 3 down though, right? One, hold on, let's see how it's populating. Do I get 3 ups or all the 3s on the bottom? Yeah. The reason I'm saying that is because, oh no, the blue candle, hold on. This one's a red, I know for a fact this is a red candle because of the red wicks. This is blue. Why do you make it blue? So blue is kind of similar to the green. So this is a green, a 3 up, right? It opened up down here. Oh, sorry. That's not the one we was looking at. We was looking at, this is not a setup. Look, the 312 right here. That's what we was looking at. This opened up right here. This candle, and if it wasn't this one, I'm sorry, but this is what I see now. 312. You would have waited. You would have. What I do is on my trading views is where I put my stop losses and my entries, but where I utilize my stop loss at, and then I get out on my brokerage. I would have did that right there, right, and it would have been looking just like this. Right, I would have never seen that other candle. The next candle would have came out, boom. Soon it would have came out. As soon as it would have triggered 2 up right there, I would have entered trade, right? For a swing, you know what I'm saying? For a call. See, and I'm being honest, even though I'm seeing the chart, I know it's going down, but I don't want to just go like and do that because that's what we do sometimes, right? And then it just reverses on us. But if you want me to just sound right, which I don't like to always sound right, you would have took this one, right, for puts. This would have not let you enter, so you would have had to wait for the next bar setup. This went 2 up, so you would have had to wait for the next bar, right, and take this 2 down because you want to take a reversal. Since this went 2 up, it's still 2 up, right? Not about full time frame continuity or anything. This bar is just 2 up. The next bar open is an inside bar. Your entry is going to be the bottom. Your stop loss is going to be at the top. And this is a 2-2 reversal, right? I'll show it to you right here. Oh, that's that one. A bearish 2-2 reversal. You take the bottom of it, and the next one is your target. Taking you back to the chart. Entry, right? Your first target right here. It took out your target, and then you could have had this target as well, which it almost took it out. As you see, the bottom of that wick almost took out that target as well, right? But if you would have held the trade, you would have got scared, got 2 up. Or no, you would have not got scared. The reason you got scared is because you would have got stopped out, right? Because the strat would have told you, get out your trade. And then you would have just had to try again, right? And when you would have tried again for the next day, and you would have took the two down, because that's what it would have signaled, it took out that target, right? Because that's the only target. And it also took out this target, the bottom of this candle, and you didn't get the bottom of this candle, but everybody knows that understands the strat. When I teach it on a smaller time frame, you would have had some more targets in there. Let me go back to the chat. So, and just to further explain, like for swing trading as well, you don't just have to use the daily. You can, like what I like, I'm gonna just tell you what I do. I like 4 hour. I like to swing off the 4 hour. And you'll notice, note, the 4 hours has all day. And before it has a whole bunch of 3-2-2s, 3-1-2s. When I started trying to find my favorite pattern and just picking people's brains on the strat, I started finding time frames that I liked it, or time frames that showed me that pattern more, right? So the 4 hour, what the 4 hour has taught me is that you find a lot of morning star patterns, right? Just involving candlesticks, and evening star patterns. And you also find a lot of 3-1-2s, 3-2-2s. That's why you see a whole bunch of 3s, right? So You can utilize the 4 hour for a swing. I like the daily for a swing. And I also like weekly, right? And just go about, depending, I don't want to tell you how long to go out because it truly just depends on the security you're trading, right? In options, because you can go 3 weeks out and still pay like at the money, like $60 or $50. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the security, if it's just cheap, meaning the option. So, but one thing that I will say, when utilizing the weekly time frame, you want to make sure you're at least like, I'll say like 3 weeks out, two to 3 weeks out, right? I'll say 2 if you nice with it, and you know, and I wouldn't say nice with it if you have risk management and can cut losses quickly and take profits quickly as well, right? And note, this one will turn 2 up as soon as it breaks the high of this candle. But just tell you, I believe everything on the weekly charts are going to up. The only thing that looks risky right now on the charts is the fact that you can go to QQQ or Apple, but everything is mostly at a double top or a triple top. So that's the only risky thing about it. And what I mean by that, and I'm gonna talk about this indicator, I apologize, is 1 tap right here, 2 top, and that was our first double top. We went down also, PMG took all that down, and then we're now back there. So now it's a triple top, right? So that's a bearish pattern as well. But you can go to the chart and you can find triple tops in a lot of different places, and you can see how like that we break it, right? So patterns don't always work out, right? And we're on a 322 reversal on a daily time frame, and we have full time frame continuity. So another thing, well, I'll do it once I take this off because I didn't teach you how to put this on there. And just so you can know, I'll just throw it on here because it's not a big deal. You just type in TC, time frame continuity, and I'm gonna go ahead and click mines and turn mines on. You're gonna see it's populate right here. And it's because my Strat indicator, the Strat, and it's not mine, but the Strat indicators that I use does not have it implemented inside of it. So I use the indicator for it, and that's going to be TC. Let me make sure that I hide mine so it doesn't confuse me. Boom. But this one has it built into it, right? So what you'll do with this one is, real quick, so I could just answer questions and talk about charts. Strat assist, you'll go to the settings, right? I don't really utilize this one, so just give me a second here. So the 1 bar, well, everything is self-explanatory. The 1 bar, you change everything to whatever colors you want. It's literally how I was just doing the one that I was doing, right? But this one has a little more extra perks, right? Where a 2 up bar shape, you could turn off those, right? That's just letting you know, hey, we 2 up. Even though you see the 2s on the bottom, you can change all of that, but it's letting you know that it's 2 up. And you can turn off the 2s if you want to, and just have the arrows, however you choose to set up, right? But it's just letting you know what the 1 does. The 2 is the shape, so don't get confused. The 2 down bar is just letting you know that it's 2 down. Then you have your 3 bar, obviously, and then the bar colors, you can turn that off and just have it red to green, how you normally want it. Not how you normally want it, how it normally comes, right? Or you can go ahead and start changing your bar colors and have them simultaneously go with what you choose, right? You can also choose them to be just like the other one, 2 ups, 2 downs, and things of that nature, right? Well, wait, one thing I will take back, I don't know on this one if you can have it be 2 up on this one and then 1 on it 2 down. So I'll back test that real quick for you. Turn this off so I don't get confused. 2s, that's the shape, 2 down. Let me just turn these off real quick. All right, that's all of those. Nah, it's just like the first one that I showed you. You can change it however you would like it. Oops, I didn't even do that. You can change it however you like it, but no, you can't do that. So that's why I see that they're giving you the shapes, right? So hey, you can at least have the shapes, and it tells you 2 ups and 2 downs and things of that nature. And then you can color coordinate it however you may like. And then this is what I mean by it's giving you so much, right? Because like, and let me take it to a smaller time frame so you can be able to see this. You go to a 5-minute time frame. This Strat Assist gives a lot of information. Reason why I still haven't really tried to back test it too much, and I've just been taking my time with it because I really have to like dive into it for a few hours. But automatically it tells you up here 2-2 reverse bullish reversal, right? 2 down, 2 up, right? And that is amazing, right? For anybody trying to learn the strat, because it just tells you simultaneously. Let's go to BTC, USD, Bitcoin, and you'll see it populate just like that, right? Where we're having inside, right? Let's take it over to the 1 minute so we can see it actually happen. Nice PMG. Ooh, nice to the downside of. See, 1 2 2 rep strat. That's gonna be this reversal right there. Sorry, right here. Right. Let's pull back Bitcoin. Right. It just went 2 down, took out its target, took out that target as well. And you still have a magnitude all the way down here, but you're on a 1 minute chart and you got 30 seconds to be able to do that within that candle, and anything can happen in the next candle. So 9 times out of 10, that is not about to happen, right? But it can, because I understand the RSI and it can come meet the 50%, the 50 mark on it, and it could possibly take like half of this candle, a little more, right? But I will have to see more data to see exactly what's happening, but because that's the pattern that I'm seeing, the 2-2 reversal, the 1-2-2 revert, bearish ref strat, sorry. But yeah, it pops out exactly absolute. It's not gonna try to fake you out, right? So let me go back to the settings though real quick. I'd be blanking out. Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to show you. That's why I took it to this smaller time frame, how it just pops out. Like now it's an inside bar. See, that inside bar just went away because it's 2 down now. And you know it's 2 down, so it's not, there's no reversal in place. And this is actually a good one to start using, but it has a lot of information. So if too much information is going to throw you off, don't use one of the simpler ones, right? But the reason I say it's good is because you see how it told us 1-2, the 1-2-2 rep strat is letting you know that that was the reversal right there. 1-2-2 rep strat. Now it showed you that it was an inside bar, right? And now it went away because you went 2 down. There is no strat trade right now. That's what I just understood, because I'm a strat trader. What I just understood about that trade right there that just happened, right? There's no reason to do anything. You got to wait for your next candlestick for it to give you your next trade setup, right? And I'll be calling it market manipulation, but this time frame is being stuck right now. Why? Oh, they're just cheating, because I had 30 seconds. So this one should have, the 3 minute. So this one should have populated. We go to 5 minute. How long did this one have? Yeah, that should have populated. But you see, look, reversal. I ain't have to look up there, but 2-1-2 reversal. That's dope that it just gives it to you just like that, right? And that's your full time frame continuity. In. I got to figure out what all that means, right? If it means like in its full time frame continuity. But right now you have 15 down, 30 down, right? We're on a 5 minute, 5 minutes down. We know for a fact 3 minutes down. We just came from it. But if the 5 minutes down, 3 minutes down, right? That's more than 3 time frames. You're 1 minute down. That's 4 time frames. Full time frame right now, continuity to the downside. Short them until time frame continuity changes. You're on a bearish reversal on a 5 minute. This will actually help you. This one, I am not gonna cap. 3 minute, you know, we could possibly get a reversal, right? Because we got an inside bar, right? Red to green, get the next candle on a 3 minute. So you have 2 minutes and a half to wait for that, or it can just automatically go 2 down and it won't say inside there no more. Let's go to 1 minute, see what's happening. 2 up on a 1 minute. What it's doing? Bull flagging. Just a big old, it's just a big old flag. I mean, a big old bull flag. That's all that's happening. Then you draw that. Once you draw that, that's your channel. Once it breaks your channel, I ain't draw it all perfectly because you want it to touch as much. Well, no, I actually like it like that because I don't want it to touch too much because you don't want to get faked out, right? And then I drew that on a 1 minute. You know what I'm saying? So I could change it on a bigger time frame. It actually helped the 1 minute because the 1 minute is super fast, so I don't get faked out. But I don't want to do that. I'll do it till like I want it like that. Nah, see, because it's already faking me out. I'll keep it like this. This is actually helping me. But yeah, and those are things that you do. So like now I'm just going over this one just to see like what's happening, but that's pretty dope. So that's what all of this is showing you right here. What you want on. You want your inside bar label to turn on to let you know that's your inside bar. You know what I'm saying? Full time frame continuity inside. Oh, that's what inside means now, right? When you see in, it's in full time frame continuity. See, it was kind of like obvious when I read it, but yeah. And you just turn all these on, and all the ones that you don't want off, you turn them off, right? Depending on the style of trader you are. Are you a scalper? Are you a day trader? Are you a swing trader, right? And you utilize this how you would like to utilize it, right? And let me see if there's anything else in here. Yeah, it's just gonna give you all the reversal patterns. Like, do you want them on? Do you want them off? Where do you want them to pop up? Do you want them to pop up at the top? Do you want reversals at the top, or bullish reversals at the top and bearish reversals at the bottom? You know what I'm saying? And it also shows you candlesticks, like how I just said right there, shooter to the downside. That was this candlestick, letting you know an inverted pin bar to the downside. And I seen it on here. It's this say, look, shooter label, hammer label, letting you know a hammer is bullish, right? So this is actually amazing because it's helping you learn candlesticks, and it's also helping you learn the strat at the same time. I was trying to go to the 1 minute to see if it'd tell me any other labels, but yeah, that's here nor there, man. See, inside bar, so it should tell us inside. See, but it's telling us right here. Even this, how you read this right here. Full time frame has full time frame continuity. This one's enforced. This one's enforced. This one's enforced full time frame continuity to the downside. But we just came from all those smaller time frames to understand that it's bearish right now, that they're selling right now. You know what I'm saying? So you know what's going on with this inside candle and why it's consolidating inside of that bar. But you know, if you go to any other time frame, not 15, but like smaller, you're gonna see it breaking down the bull flag. Does anybody have any questions? I'm gonna answer these questions and then just quickly show you how to utilize the Strat bots. And if anybody doesn't have any questions, we could talk about charts, or we could just call it a night. Does Webull have the Strat? No, not as of late. So just to be clear, this doesn't cause for retesting. This doesn't cause for retesting. And can we use the Strat to trade Forex? I use the Strat to trade Bitcoin, and I'm trading Bitcoin and Ethereum and crypto and Forex. That's where I trade. And that's what I've been doing here for like the past 2 months. That's all I've been trading. I've been in and out of options here and there as well. But yes, it works the same way. And now when you're talking about retesting, you're now bringing in another strategy into the Strat. The Strat doesn't speak on retesting or any of that nature. Like when you even hear me speak on it, it's just me implementing different things that I understand, right? Just putting it into my trading pattern. So I would say that the Strat does not nothing that I've heard of that it talks about, oh, it's about to go retest this level. No, that's why when I talk about inside bars or entering a Strat trade, I always say you can enter aggressively. Once it triggers 2 down, you can enter aggressive. You see how this one triggered 2 down? You can enter aggressively. Now you're just waiting, right? On a smaller time frame, obviously, like a 1 minute to be able. I'll just change this one yellow so you can know, like, we kind of basically entered in right there. I mean white. So you're just, you know, you're still bouncing off that flag. So that was your entry on, I believe it was the 5 minute. So now you're not in profit, right? So it's just consolidating still on you. You know what I'm saying? You still have a bearish reversal to the downside, right? Yeah, I think you're gonna come visit. It's gonna come try bounce, but you also got a nice little hammer, but that hammer's super small. Ooh, it got bigger. Um, yeah, so hopefully that answers your question. So like, no, there's no retest. It's just implementing more things into it. So if you understand how to use a retest and things of that nature, that's gonna help you even more trading the strat, right? Because look, I think it was a 15-minute. I don't even think the setup looked like that. Oh no, that was a new candle. That's why it was the 5-minute. Double inside on a 15-minute though, right? So now we went 2 down on that candle, but it recovered, right? So now you're still in the trade, but guess what? The strat's telling you not to get out this trade because that was your entry, and I think I was on a 3-minute. I forgot what time frame I was on, bro. Oh, it was never touching my wick because I know I changed this color. It's this one. It was never touching my wick. I remember. But the strat is not telling you, since you entered in at the bottom of this wick, the strat is not telling you, look, I'll just set an alert right here to get out your trade because it never went 2 up. This candle right here is yet to go 2 up. That's your stop loss. If this candle goes 2 up, that means get out your trade. Morning star in full effect. But if it doesn't, that means stay in your trade. You see your entry point, that just became a target for this candlestick or any candles that come out. So you just gotta wait. And that's what I'm gonna start. Even when I do like the live trading educational things, that's another thing that I'm going to start doing, where it's like I love to teach people what I know in full time frame continuity and jumping from this time frame to this time frame. But no, I'm gonna just teach you how to trade the strat and stay on this time frame. Just know that if well, right now we can't trade it. Like, let's say if we just started looking at it, it's an inside bar. It means stop. Well, that's not a 3, but it means wait right now, that 1 bar. You do not do nothing. We're gonna wait. Or you take the entry of this 2, but that's now gonna be a continuation to the downside. Look, 2, 2, 2. Can you see? And it just, oh man, I like this. It did it exactly when I said it. See, 2, 2, 2 bearish continuation to the downside. See, and now you're happy again because you're like, yes, back at break even. But you just follow the strat. Look, let's go to the 1 minute. You just follow the strat. You just know you got to go break back under this. You'll be back at break even. Now you're understanding that your entry is a bounce. Look how it keeps bouncing off your entry. So you know that was a bad entry, and then it automatically went 3 bar red strat, bullish reversal. That's not good, right? Because we know that 3 bars create a new broadening formation. But yeah, yeah, I gotta talk to y'all about the Discord now. So just to be clear, blah blah blah. With the strat, do you find it easier? And if I didn't answer anybody's question effectively, or are you still confused, just unmute yourself or just drop it again and just be like, Moody, you didn't answer it. With the strat, do you find it easier to scalp using lower time frames as opposed to day trading? I think you just kind of answer your question. With the strat, do you find it easier to scalp using lower time frames? Yes, as opposed to day trading. Yes. The thing is, even when day trading with the strat, like I'll take it over to the 30-minute chart. Let's say you're utilizing the 30-minute chart. Well, hold on, let me read your question again. I'm about to tell you a whole bunch of different things. With the strat, yes, I find it easier using a 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, or even not even a 15-minute, 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute for scalps using a strat. You can utilize the 15-minute, but I like the 15-minute more so for day trading, right? That and like the 30-minute and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna go that big to day trade. I'll still day trade off a 1 minute chart. So it really just depends on you and what kind of trader you are, right? And as opposed to day trading. So yeah, to answer that question, I answered the question. Hopefully I did. Let me know if I didn't. But it really just depends on you, right? Because you could have just heard me say I like scalping on a 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, and I like day trading on like a 15-minute, also on a 5 minute, but I'll still do it on a 1 minute. That's like contradicting yourself. No, it's not, because that's how I like to scalp and that's how I like to day trade. You know what I'm saying? And it's just because I want to be in and out my trade. I'm not trying to stay in the market all day. You know, when I first started trading and I will only trade with 5 contracts, 3 contracts, and things of that nature on different trades, I was in the market all day because kept trying to find moves. No, I'd rather just go ahead and load up and size my positions correctly and be in the market on a small, quick swing, pop early in the morning, take my profits, let some runners run if we're looking like direction is still continuing to my direction, or I'm just trying to be in and out my trade. I'm not trying to be in there too long, right? But yeah, you see, like you could have took this 2-2 reversal, like right here, right? This 2 down, and then this 2 up. Oh, I don't gotta explain. You can see it right there, right? But 2 down, 2 up. That would have been your entry point. That would have been your stop loss. Never came to your stop loss. Morning star at that, right? Take your profits right there at the end of this candle. That's how easy the strat is. And that's what I tell people. It's so simple. It's so simple that we unsimplify trading because we went, well, what about this? And but what about that? And it happened with me, even with the strat, with me learning it. And that's when I just took it back to the basics. Like, what is the 1? What is the 2? And what is the 3? Got you. What is the combo sheet? Got you. All right, Rob, what did Rob say? You know what I'm saying? But I just learned it quick. 30-minute to 60-minute for new people. All right, gotcha. I started understanding, okay, you're saying the 60-minute because you got 7 candlesticks. So you're giving me 3 day trades. You know what I'm saying? So like, it just depends on how you look at the chart, how you like to trade, how you look at candlesticks, because we're going to look at candlesticks completely different, right? You know what I'm saying? So like, let's take it, the start of the day was at 9 o'clock, right? Because this one's going to go all the way to 9:30. This one's going to be 10. It's just I have after hours on. So 9, 1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the end of the market. 7 candlesticks. So you got this one, you got a 2 down, 3, no setup for you. Now you got to set up here 3, 2. It didn't mess up your setup, but now it's consolidating. So now you have the 2, 1, 2 to the downside. You could have took that one and you got stopped. It just didn't work out. Boom, went up. Now you got the 2, 1, right? You could have took the 2 right here to break your entry. You could have trimmed, took some profits there. You could have took some profits there. You could have took some profits there. You know what I'm saying? And it all just depends on how many contracts you had. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you seen an analyst talking about, hey, I'm trimming, and you only have like 3 contracts, bro, just go ahead and trim. Go ahead and take your 3 contracts and you'll cash the next trade. That's when you grow discipline, because you're not counting the analyst profits. You may think that you're not doing like Moody. I'm not doing that, but you are, because you're not watering your grass. We do not have the same grass. We do not have the same landlord or mortgage, like whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So you have to tend to your grass and understand, like, yo, wait, 30%? Yeah, this guy ain't trimming, but that's an analyst in the Discord. And he's teaching somebody this. Obviously, he has an account to be able to trade like this. You know what? Let me go ahead and take my profit. Let me keep learning from this guy. All right, cool. Yo, you think it's safe to get back into the trade, whatever the case may be? Hey, no, it's kind of ran up a little bit. You know what I'm saying, whatever it is. And that's the reason I'm explaining that, is because you have this bar that keeps going up. And people would have asked me like, oh, so you would have trimmed right there, trim right there, and trim right there? Yeah, I would have. But this bar did it too. But you could have took a different setup, this 2-1 to the downside, and said, well, the strat's so dang perfect, it's not gonna let me do it. Like right here, took the 2 up. No, it's not gonna let me do it. The strat's just nice. But matter of fact, this one right here, right? 2, 1, 2. You could have took that one and it just didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? And you had that target and this target right here. to take out, and you also had this target to take out, and it just didn't do it. But on this one, it did. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just gauging and understanding price action. Like, it's not that we know to buy 30 contracts this time. Hey, we got 30 contracts this time, and we also see it playing out. We're gonna trim right there. We understand we're strat traders, and this is a small PMG, because it's only a PMG is like what, 4 or more higher lows. So long story short, I'm on an hourly time frame, so I know for a fact. Look, I'll just show you. That is a PMG. It doesn't matter that I'm only seeing 3 of them. Watch how many I miss when I go down here. 15-minute time frame. Look at all these that I missed. That's another one right there. Let's go to the 3-minute time frame. That's a PMG. You see it now? Look at all that whole PMG this one took out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. I just start understanding that because I understand the time frames. But yeah, hopefully I answered that question. Real quick, to take you over to the Discord, I had it open. Inside of our Discord, you have a Strat bot that you can be utilizing to trade. Had it open so I didn't forget. So how you will utilize this, once the information comes out at 12:30 p.m., it spit out bullish continuation, not reversal. Notice this was a bullish reversal. Reversals are better than continuations to me, right? But bullish continuations on DQ entry is telling you your entry, and it's telling you your stop loss, right? And that's going to be the candlestick. It's telling you go long, so that means buy, right? Telling you the potential profit at that, and it's also telling you where to take profit. So you're entering here, and you're taking your profit there at 76.75. And look, that's not a long move. That's only a damn near $1.25, right? So long story short, and then you also have your stop loss. Look, oh, it says right there, potential profit is $1.25, right? So long story short, let's go to the chart so you can understand how to utilize this. You'll go straight to your chart. It's a DQ. And it's just, we're not, look, matter of fact, we can do it live. DQ. Let's go to the hourly chart. I should have put my strat up. Hourly chart. What time was it? At 12:30, right? Yeah, 12:30. So let's go to 30-minute chart. Right? Correlation. 12:30. Right here. Oh, and one more thing. I should never did that. What did it tell me to do? Bullish reversal on the 1 hour. So you have to go to the 1 hour. I'm sorry. Moody's always trying to do something strategy. All right, so at 12:30, so it's gonna be right here because it's the hourly chart, right? At 12:30, it said we went into a 222 bullish. Well, that's what it's doing right now, right? And let's go ahead and do the replay. We'll do it on this candle. And we'll press play. Look, a 3-2 rev strat reversal. I just want to see what it's saying. Your entry was 75.50. Where is the price at? 75.41. So we're waiting for the next candle. So the next candle should tell us our setup right there. Inside bar, 2-1. Go back to the Discord. It's not, it's just telling us the boot. Oh, that's why it's not telling us that. Okay, got you. The other, it's because I'm thinking of the bot that I normally always would use. Like when I would do would try to find like scans, but this one is not telling you like a 2-2, a 2-2 or a 2-1-2. It's just letting you know there's a bullish continuation on the 1 hour, and it's letting you know your entry. So the way you would trade that is like right here. Let's see. Ooh, let's turn this down. I need to see the high. 75, I think it said 50. So is it the high of this one? No, it's not. Let's go ahead and click play so the next candle will come out. Why am I just can't remember everything right now. Yeah, 75.50 is your entry, but that was at 12:30. Why you making me look bad? Hold on. Let's go to 30 minutes. I know you're telling me to go to an hour, but I want to see what happened at 12:30. Okay, I hear you. So at 12:30, was it at, all right, when did we hit 70? There it is, 75.50. I'm trying to find, I'm looking up here too, guys. I'm looking for that entry at 75.50, right? So your entry, let me see, and I'm gonna take it to the hour. Yeah, see, it was just telling you what happened on the hour, on that particular trade, but it's letting you know, hey, it's a bullish continuation. But you would obviously, and that's why I was taking me some time to like figure it out. You would have to go to a different time frame and find a setup and get into that one, right? But it's still, regardless of the fact, let's go back to it. It's still, even if you don't know how to use the Strat, the combo sheet, it is still telling you your entry point and where to take profit. And you can see, let me make sure that it did that on the chart before I say it did that. 75.50, that's 75.53. Let's just for high, oh Jesus. And it says 76, 75. So I'm gonna just find it on the chart, 76.75. It's a little higher. So it didn't, it's like right there. Now, pause it. If you would have entered in right here, and we could have entered in on a 5-minute time frame, wherever time frame you like to use, you could have entered in. For sake, we're using a 15-minute, right? Now we're gonna press play. Let's see what happens. Mind you, I should have did one more thing. Dang, before all that's happened. If we entered in here, our stop loss is down here at 74.59. Let's see. Let's see what they said. Stop loss 73.44. Right. So it just depends on what time frame you use, but they gave you a good stop loss to give you enough room to let the trade play out. Right. 76.24. Let's go ahead and press play again. There you go. Hit your target. 75, it was 65, right? This candlestick, so you don't think I'm lying. Let's look at the high right here. 75.68, hit your target, get out your trade. Successful trade. And that's why I love the Strat, right? You can utilize it in our Discord in any kind of form. And if you need to ask me a question, that's fine. Ask me a question. I may do a separate class, like a small 30-minute class on just going over a whole bunch of these trades and back testing the bot that we have in our Discord. I'll be dropping it possibly because it's getting later tomorrow. But if y'all blow me up today and I see it on my phone, I'll just drop it in the Moody's channel in the Discord for you guys to be able to get the Strat, this community. But what you would do is this one, you'll scroll down right here, right? And they have a lot of different things that you can utilize here to start learning. And you can talk with people they all trade the Strat, right? So you want to click right here where it says 15-minute, right? And they have updated it, letting you know about full-time frame continuity, that they're buying day weekly. You'll go to Apple. So if you click the 15-minute, right, what this one is letting you know, these are failed twos, right? Failed 2 downs. This one you might not want to look at. This is for more of an advanced trader, advanced Strat trader, because a failed 2 is going to become a 3, an outside bar. So that's what they're looking at for these, right? So on a 15-minute time frame, right? This comes out every single time a new 15-minute candle comes out. This scanner is going to spit out whatever ticker it has with a 2, with whatever ticker is going to show out its pattern. 2 down, 1, right? So we know we could trade this. We're not going to trade the 1, but we could watch this on a 15-minute and trade it to the downside or to the upside, right? It's just simple. I'm just trying to simplify it a little bit more. And it's telling you all the tickers, C, DA, FDX, These are the tickers. If you trade 212s, these are the only tickers you should have been looking at 358. These are the only tickers you should have been looking at. If you trade continuations, 2 down, 2 downs, these are the only tickers you should have been looking at. If you trade continuations, 2 ups, these are the only tickers you should have been looking at. And if you utilize the 15-minute time frame, right? It does it at all times. Look, at 328, failed 2 ups, everything going down. Look at every ticker that went failed 2 up. The only tickers that were 2 up, 2 up. Yeah, Cat did some crazy stuff. But yeah, it gapped up like $10 and then it started coming down, but it was beautiful. But long story short, and the same thing for the 3-minute. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna tell you at whatever time at 1:30, well, 1:28. You see, it came out a little earlier because they knew the candlestick was about to close at 1:28. Outside bars, all 3 bars. Be alerted. All of these have 3 bars on a 3-minute. If you're 30-minute and you're awaiting a setup, why? Because it's 3:30. You're gonna have to wait for that next candle. Like, it just depends if it stays an inside bar or a 2 down. You know what I'm saying? So you know that you can wait for your setup and you got time before the market closed to catch another trade. Same thing for 2 up, 2 ones. If you trade those, that's what you should be looking at. You know what I'm saying? And it goes with majority, a lot of time frames. They got the 15, the 30, the hour, the daily for swing traders, the weekly for swing traders, letting you know, hey, at the end of the week, I used to do this. Like, when I used to just utilize this Discord, I used to come here and look at the end of the week, like right here, 7-2, be like, all right, I'm about to make it easier for me. 2 down, 2 down, all these went 2 down. All right, all these were outside bars. I'm about to look at all of these. I want to, if I wanted to trade outside bars. Now I want to see fail 2 up so I could go outside bar. Look how many outside bars we had, right? And that's what I would do, utilizing a weekly time frame. And this is also, I will still go here to this day, but I haven't been on here because I've been doing other things to find swings. You know, okay, let me go to the daily. Let me see what we want to swing. We went 2 up. Do I want to be risky and go for continuations? Okay, cool. Do I want to look for a reversal because we just got a 1, 2 down? You know what I'm saying? So we could get a 2 up reversal. Let me look at PFE real quick for a reversal. Oh, we got PMGs to the upside. All right, let me go look at Lucid for PMGs to the upside. This is on a daily time frame. You know what I'm saying? This will alert you, especially when you know it's a bull run. Well, not a bull run, like we're just running. And you see, oh, on the daily, we just had a whole bunch of PMGs. Hey, guess what? You could possibly catch that trade. So that's how you utilize the this Discord, and I'll be dropping it as well. This Discord does not have a scan that I know of, but I haven't been in this Discord lately. So you'll have to see if they have some, but like Alex got his strategies up on there and different things. Except for that nature, his ATR trailing stop loss, like how he has it, how he utilizes it and things of that nature. So yeah, you could come in here and gain tons of information on the Strat. I'm gonna go back to the chat and see if anybody has any questions. Let me pull up the chart too. I answered that. Do you think SPY will touch 340? Do you think it'll touch 340? It did, thank you. I don't know what Luann or iPhone. I don't know what you're talking about. It did, thank you. Yeah, or it was probably something when we were talking. Yeah, I like how you just explained that, Moody. What you talking about, Luann? Tell me what you're talking about so I can know to do that again. Dang, this was at 9:48. She probably not even on here no more. Oh, it's only 10:09. Luann, if you're still on here, what did I just explain very good? Oh, hold on. Oh no, yeah, my thing is up. How did you get the line on the chart? Nietzsche Jones, what line on my chart? You would have to, since I'm reading the chat, I know I was talking about a lot. I don't know specifically what line you're talking about. You can mute yourself or just drop it in chat. Do you think CRM will touch 178 on a 5-minute in the morning or Monday? I don't know. What you think? I ain't trying to be no asshole. I just want you to do some work. Like, hey, I think that this is going to happen. What do you think? See, I just typed in 340. I'm trying to remember your price. Let me see. And hold on, let me just, because now I'm done with the class. I could kind of like stop this recording. I'll let it run because never know what we'll talk about. Turn this on, turn this off. I don't need that. Strat, I need my Strat open levels. Yes, apply. Oh dang, I didn't click apply. Apply. All right. That close this. Settings, inputs. 1, 2. Stop. Oh dang. I'm moving too fast.
Hello?
Yeah. It's changed that too. Yeah, what's going on? My bad. I'm just trying to fix my Strat thing.
You're fine. I just had a question. How can I book you for a one-on-one?
Damn. Man, I got like so many DMs, people trying to get one-on-one.
Oh man.
I have to answer all my DMs, but I'll be seeing it on my other phone because I forgot to turn my alerts off on that one. And I really haven't answered anybody yet. I'm not trying to be rude. I just be trying to teach y'all for free. But
You fine?
if you want a one-on-one with me, just DM me. And I'll send you over like my calendar where we can set up a date that we're both free. And if you're in the Discord, because I don't know if I'm talking to somebody online or on the Discord. If you're in the Discord, I'm only charging $100 for an hour. Hard stop at an hour, but I have to say that just for me because you see how long the Start class is. 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to stop it at an hour. If we continue to learn and you continue to ask questions, we're just going to keep going. But yeah, it's about an hour, and you just gotta send it to me in Cash App. And yeah, we'll just book the time. You just gotta pay for it first, and then we'll book the time. But you can pay for it the same day or however you would like.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I actually have another question.
What's up?
Based off that. So now within that time, would you only be showing me how to use the Strat to trade options? Because I'm also a Forex investor. So I kind of want to learn the technique on the Forex side as well. If that's something extra that I would have to pay for, I definitely don't mind.
My bad. I was just trying to grab my head on what I was trying to do. Ask me that one more time, if you don't mind.
Okay, no problem. I was saying, would you only be showing me how to use the? Okay, well,
No.
of course I can use the Strat, on Forex and options, but would it be possible if I can get like a breakdown on Forex as well? Would that be something extra I would have to pay for? And if so, then I definitely don't mind.
Nah, that's like a scammer or somebody that's just not honest. If I teach you how to trade the strat, you're gonna know how to use it on Forex. This is the same candlestick you're using on Forex, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's gonna work the same way. It's just like I'm just not that type of person. It's like, say if you learn how to trade support and resistance and you know what support and resistance and you trading Apple, but then you go trade Forex, support and resistance, the same thing, right? Right? Well, I think you
Yeah,
agree.
yeah, that makes sense. I'm sorry, I had muted.
No. So it's the same thing. And regarding to your first question, how I do one-on-ones, I ask questions before we even do the one-on-one. Like it just depends if it's free, because I be doing a whole bunch of free one-on-ones too. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. But when it's a
How we
paid
get one of those?
when it's a paid one-on-one, when it's a paid one-on-one, I ask questions beforehand, but there's also some questions set up in my calendar where I specifically want to know what I want to help you with, right? Because if somebody just says I need help with the strat, that's kind of broad. You're not really helping me help you, because it's like, okay, then you're gonna waste your money, because I might have to start at what's a 1 bar, what's a 2 bar, and you go, oh no, I get that, right? So it's about being specific. But I tailor it by asking questions to understand what you need help with and what are your goals, right? Because I'll help you with your mindset. I'll help you grow your, it just depends what you want to learn. Like if you want to learn how to grow your account and how to scale your account, then that's what we're going to structure the one-on-one on, like structuring growing your account, right? But it just depends on what you need help with. And I don't want to give out too much, right? Because if I tell you too much, like it just depends on what you want to learn. Like I just said, size an account. You want to learn the strat, then you want to learn this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just teach you.
Okay, bet, because I want to learn it all. So yeah. But how we get that free 101 though? Like
I'll be doing. I'll do like, that's like my way of giving back, right? Because I know
okay.
in this, so it's like I just do random giveaways. But one thing that I would say is read my giveaways, because some people be in my DMs all mad at me, and if I say I'm doing two, I'm doing two, and I might get a whole bunch of people like, oh, da, da, da. So but I also need to get better on how I structure the giveaways. But long story short, I don't know, I'll do some giveaways. I don't want to say something because it's like 34 people on here, but I'm saying DM me and we'll talk.
Okay, bet. Thank you.
Yeah, ain't no problem. I have to protect my time and myself because I love to do this. So it's like I'll lose track of time. See, like I've been trying to fix my 2 bars, but I've been trying to make sure I'm paying attention to what you're asking. And I'm like, what have I been trying to do? These 2 ups, that's what's wrong. I need this. There we go. But yeah, does anybody else have any other questions, or do you have any other questions? All right, let me go back into this chat. Oh, SPY and CRM. That's what I was going to look at. SPY, do I think is going to hit 340? I'm going to just go to the daily. I don't really want to. I'm not trying to be an ass or nothing. I just been looking at charts all day. Kind of. Not really. I'm just hungry, to be honest. I guess I'm angry, hangry, whatever they call it. 340. Bro, did you just say 340? And I'm over here really like looking at that. Like, yo, let me see if it's gonna hit. Oh, you talking about like if it's gonna drop down to 340? Let me go read your question again. Do you think SPY will touch 340? Let me go to the right time frame to be looking at that. Yeah, see, it's just I got all this thing throwing me off. Let's go to the monthly. Do I think it'll hit 340? Boop, 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 boop. See how easy this is. Of course, I'm gonna look at the whole overall thing, but 340. Do I see SPY hitting 340? Yeah, it's gonna hit 350 like before that, right? Because you see how it just stops right there. Like it's gonna hit 350 before it goes to 340. That's not like this next little quick drop. So I see 350 as a support, then 340. For right now, I think they're gonna buy. I really want to see what next week looks like. If they start buying up next week too, you know what I mean? The monthly is not reversed, but right now we're reversed. We're on an uptrend. It's just minimum. You just really can't see it. Somebody gonna be like, bro, that is not an uptrend. But we're on an uptrend right now. This was the reverse on the daily, the 2 down, 2 up, and we just been a little bit consolidating. So to be honest with you, that's just so far away that it's not on my mind. It gives me anxiety to try to think, yo, is SPY gonna drop to 340? And the only reason it's giving me anxiety is because I don't understand. I understand your question, but you're not giving me much to go off of with your question. Like if you was at, you see SPY hitting 340, like on a swing, like monthly. Let me go ahead and mute this person. With you, Alfredo. So yeah, it really just depends on like how you're looking at that right now. The market, you know what I'm saying? That's $40 down. I'll start thinking about that when I get a reversal to the downside. You know what I'm saying? And you get reversals to the downside on like an hour and things of that nature, but I'm talking more so on a daily time frame. On a bigger time frame, I want to see, you know what I'm saying? Like, remember when I showed it to you on a weekly, bringing it to you on a daily, you can see the uptrend now. It looks a little better. You know what I'm saying? The 6 hour, I'm starting to love it. But that as well. Oh yeah, and the 6 hour too, you find a lot of three setups, like the 312s, 322s. I just started utilizing it because I'm trying to get into some more like leaps and swings. So I'm trying to see how does the 6 hour time frame play out. But yeah, hopefully I answered that question, bro. If I didn't, just let me know. CRM, what was the question? Yes, yeah, I like that one. Yes, I can. I've been charting this and paper trading, and it's been working. But would you be interested in what in CRM looks like from a Strat perspective? CRM, Salesforce. Oh wait, did you tell me I believe you gave me a time frame to look at. Hold on, let me go back to the chat. Oh, that wasn't your first question. Oh, it's right here. Do you think CRM will touch 178 on the 5 minute in the morning or Monday? Let me go to the 1 minute chart. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm going to the 1 minute chart since somebody go to 5 minute chart. Well, let me go to 5 minute first, and then I go to the 1 minute. 5 minute. We're on a nice little uptrend. RSI showing us. And what was your price? It was 178. Do I believe it hit 178 in the morning? Yeah, very possible. But I want to check the 1 minute chart here. And I'm gonna show you what I'll do. Like, it'd be so simple. Ooh, so all H will bring this back up too. 1 minute. Ah, man, hold on. Let me go to. Oh, wrong thing. Possibly. So what I was looking for is this RSI to be all the way at the bottom. Well, and that's what I'm saying possibly, because it's playing at the median, so we could consolidate, drop pre-market to go explode. I should find an example to show you about that. So let me go back to CRM. So notice, like when the market closes and you're looking at this 1 minute time frame, if it's ever on the bottom, like look, this is when the market was closing right here. If it's ever on the bottom, just know you're gonna catch it. You're gonna catch a nice little bounce. Well, no, this ain't the market right there. I'm sorry, I'm on a 1 minute chart. But if it closes most likely like anywhere on the bottom and it stays, or it even falls at pre-market, like on the bottom on a 1 minute chart, it's just like support and resistance. It's gonna go back to that median. If it breaks, it's gonna go back over here, right? So I'll be looking at that like for swings as well sometimes. But from a strat perspective, on a 5-minute chart, to be honest, I'm gonna just be completely honest to you. I don't talk to nobody. Like I talk to myself, but I don't talk to nobody about a 5-minute chart at 10:24 at night and give them a perspective, because I wouldn't want to say that that's wrong, but it's like the market's closed. I don't have aftermarket to go off of. I got like the little candlesticks that, that happen and things of that nature. Cause I could tell you something, and guess what? It's just like if I would have told you something right here, but as soon as market open, you miss your whole entry. If I would have told you to come in there or something like that, unless I just gave you the range, you know what I'm saying? You just took the break of the range. So what I would say is tag me in the morning in a general chat. Don't just DM me, because I may not, I read my DMs all at the same time, right? But if you tag me in general chat or somewhere in the Discord, I'll be more than happy to be like, I don't know, you might inspire me to just run a live in the morning and help everybody. But just seeing the RSI and seeing the candlesticks, bulls took it up. One thing I would say, you could catch a bounce anywhere between 176, 110. Oh, to answer your question, yeah, I see CRM hitting 178. That other dude that asked me about like a price point, that was just like 340, bro. What are we doing here? Are we swinging for the month, for the week? Give me some perspective to go off of. I'm gonna tell you, no, I don't see it hitting 340, not tomorrow.
So, well, I have been watching this. I look at it on the daily. I look at a combination of the daily, the 5-minute, and the one, because I saw like a cup and handle on the daily. I've been watching it and paper trading it for the week, and so far it's been correct on. So I was just wondering what it looked like from a strat.
Where you see a cup and handle at?
Well, the way I had it on my it looked like a cup and handle when I put it on there for one of the days on the daily.
It don't matter. I'm saying right here on my chart, where you see a cup and handle.
This is I'm looking at this on my phone, so I can't really see.
All right, so
I think it's like where you may be from between the 13 and was it when it was first starting, it was starting to look like a cup and handle, I think, from right there.
Yeah, and then it failed. We should have seen like a beer room, but it's still doing it. Look, it's just doing it really ugly. Like when I ask somebody like, yo, where do you see this at? I'm not like, I just want to see.
Yeah, because I have it really small, so I couldn't really tell.
That's the type of handle you see right there.
Yeah.
Now it's handling back up, and the way you would trade it is the break of your hand. Well, I will take this one right here, the break of that one. But I'm a strat trader, so I'm gonna just take my next candle's break. But yeah, you're seeing that correctly. It's just like right here when it gave a cup and handle and it failed right here, and it just fell into another cup and it's trying to do it again. But what was you saying though? I'm sorry for
oh no, I was just trying to see what it actually looked like from a strat perspective, as far as
okay, let's go.
You know,
I'm gonna give you an analysis. Let's get it. All right, so boom. She's gonna be like, this is fire. No, I'm just joking. I'm just saying it in my head. Hopefully I do.
Well, because I'm trading on Webull and I don't have that. But in actuality, I was in one of your other classes and you were doing the strat, which also helped me after looking at that. Participating in that class and reading some of your information. It kind of helped me just regular. I don't have the strat, but
that's that means you understand candlesticks.
I'm trying, I guess. A little.
Nope. I ain't gonna let you do that to yourself. You're not trying. You're doing it.
Okay, yes, I understand them.
You doing it. I'm just super positive. Don't worry about me. But look, my analysis on CRM, let's take it over to the monthly because we just got a new monthly candle, right? Oh, let's take it over to the quarterly because we got a new quarterly candle too. We're inside quarterly, right? As you see, this is all of our support levels. We're inside. Monthly, we're inside as well. Also, no, I wouldn't say we're consolidating real for real. on the bigger time frames, we are consolidating. Another thing that's good to look at, you see, I'm gonna see this line. So just remember this bottom dotted line so I don't draw another one. I look at this and I look and I wait to see like this right here. Ooh, caught a bounce. This took it all the way up to 194.09, right? What was the price? What was the low of this? 167. What's the opening of this? 164.76. It went to 176, right? The close, right? So I look at that as well, and I see how price performs there. You know, I come over here and I see as well how price performed there. Within this month, it still ran, and it ran on this month as well. Most likely ran up first and then went back down because they had to take out target first. So now let's go ahead and drop it, and that's how quick it is on a bigger time frame. Drop it to weekly. We're still inside weekly. So now it's correlating with your quarter, monthly, and weekly. We're inside. Weekly, I just believe, and I'm gonna stay with what I believe. Tomorrow's Friday though, so it may not happen, but I think majority of these stocks that are all running up with SPY are gonna go 2 up for the week, right? Excuse me. What else do I see for the weekly? Also a nice 3-1-2 setup, right? This right here, red to green, reversal, 3-1-2 setup, right? Or we could get a reversal to the downside. Well, no, I'm gonna say reversal to the downside because 3 bars kind of mess up the trend anyways, just depending on how it is, but it's consolidating trading sideways. So I'm gonna just say that. Go over to the weekly so we can have a nice reversal for next week, right? Tomorrow's gonna tell me more if I believe that we're going to go up for the next week. 10-day chart. I just love my 10-day chart. We're starting to recover, as you see right here. This was a full red bar at one point and just recovered all the way back up. So now we're starting to do the same to come back to resistance. As you see all these candles from down here from the bounce, they're all running up, right? So now I know to buy anywhere down here if we hold price and we start wicking back up. So what I'm also seeing here, how we went 2-1-2 to the downside, green to red, right? This is on a 10-day chart though, right? And I have 3 days left on this chart. So I'm still gonna have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to go off of this chart. Reason why I like a 10-day chart, to continue to see if we're gonna go 3 bar or if we're gonna continue to the direction downside, right? Because the daily, this is gonna stop on the daily. Daily is now giving me more information because as you see, when I was on a bigger time frame, I have full time frame continuity to the downside. Daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly. Why? Because this is a 10-day chart. Reason why I do certain things on different time frames, to understand that these time frames are bearish, but we're truly flipping continuity. You see this? Look, weekly, see how it's green? We're literally flipping continuity. Daily, everything else is green though, right? We're just down for the year. And the reason why is because of this 3-month chart. That is the only reason why. And that's why I kept talking about July. That's why I keep talking about quad witching and things of that nature. Because this 3-month chart plays a role to all of that. And as you see, if we stay above, and this is how you gauge it, look at your opening price. If we stay above 164, we're good. We still keep our full time frame continuity, right? You go down to your monthly, and I really don't have to draw this on those because look, the lines are going to be there for you. You feel me? Once you start understanding those things, you know, if we stay above this, and watch how I'm gonna go through the time frames, and I give you my analysis as well. If you go down to the daily, this is all you got to know. If I stay above that, we're bullish. You see how easy it starts getting? I go to my 6 hour. If I stay above, and look, mind you, this is all from a bigger time frame. Now I'm going to come up here, right? Because we know our daily is right here. Stay above that. That's my 60. I know I'm bullish. Stay above that. I know I'm bullish as well. Come down to smaller time frames. Look how it just plays out. See that uptrend?
Yes.
Yeah. And then I wasn't even talking about the Strat setups, but if you was to take any one of the Strat setups, they would have took you straight up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say I took it to the 4-hour time frame and I took this reversal setup, this 3, 1, 2, and say, yeah, I entered in right here because that's my entry. This is my stop loss. Never came to my stop loss. So you can move your stop loss up, right? You could have trimmed right here and took some profits. As you see, still wicked up, right? The next day, the thing is you're swing trading. So the thing is you're buying not this week. You're buying 2 to 3 to 4 weeks out because you're swing trading, right? So you're just wanting to take small profits like if you were day trading throughout the days, right? So when you hit that reversal, boom, you would have took profits right there, right? Your next TP, I'll change this a different color so you can understand, orange. Your next TP was right here. You could have had it at this one, or you could have just put it at that one at the top. That was your next TP. Boom, this day, and also you can average in if that's something that you like to do. This day you would have just been well, it's not the day. By the end of the day of this day, you would have been waiting because the 4-hour time frame gives you 2 candles, right? You would have had a 3 bar that day, and then an inside bar. You would have never traded that day. You would have waited the next day, got in, still held, even though you went back down. You started going back up. This day went 3 bars, almost scared you out your trade, but you never hit your stop loss down here, right? And even if you brought your stop loss up here, it still didn't hit your stop loss, right? So long story short, you would have stood in that trade. And now, since we knew that that was our next target, since we have new candlesticks, right, and we stood in our trade right here, we know that we have more targets right here, bow and bow, just to guide us up on a trade, right? So if we hit those targets and stay above those targets, as you see, this candle bounced off of that target, you're good to go, right? So now, and you just keep going with the strat, right? Like, okay, I already entered my trade. It is what it is. I know the reversal I jumped into, but now I'm in a 2, 1, 3. That's not a strat pattern. Cool. 3, 2, 1. That's not a strat pattern. So you just go with 3, 2, 2, right? You don't skip this one, but we understand that this is pre-market. You see it says 4 a.m. on the bottom. Moody uses after hours. So on your chart, it's just going to be a 3, 2, 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you could have been guided up on your trade. And with everything that I just said, I know I didn't talk about this, but look, why would I if Moody was in this trade, I will not get out this trade. Why would I do that? Look, all right, look at these candles. It stops. Look at all, let me just erase all this. Matter of fact, oh man, look, y'all gonna make me nice at doing this kind of stuff. Replay. We're gonna replay it right there with the 1 bar. I'm gonna show you price action is what I'm about to show you. 1, 2, we enter in right here, right? We take profits right here. Look at all these lines. Let me draw it right here. Watch how the price is gonna stop somewhere there, right? At the bottom of all these wicks, right here is gonna stop too. I'll draw them lines. I'm just gonna say it and then I'll draw them. Play it, watch the next candles. It's rejecting, boom. You see how I tapped it?
Yes.
Boom, that's the price action. That's all that is, it's price action. It's letting you know, boom, it's gonna stop there. That's how I know where things are gonna stop at, right? And I know, okay, I'm gonna take profit there. And I know you're probably new, I'm not sure, but when I first started teaching the strat, your targets, your TPs are always on the top. But guess what Moody does on bigger time frame? I'll take my TP at the bottom of that guy too, because I know price action. I know it to stop, but that's not a strat rule. That's just something that Moody implements, right? I know for a fact it'll stop right here. I'm going on the top of this doji. I know for a fact it'll stop right here, even though all these candles are in the way. Look, I'll put it right there. It'll hit that, and it's gonna hit the top of this doji as well. Let's go ahead and press play. It kind of disrespected what I wanted to do, but on a smaller time frame, it was going to do it. But long story short, you can see like here, this is how I show you. You see how this one came down? It wicked right here. It did it off of this time frame, or not time frame, off of that candle. Look at that wick. Look at how it stops correlating with that. It's just price action. It correlate, the chart mirrors itself, right? So with me saying that, also what I was trying to teach, what I'm gonna bring up here in a second, look at how the price right here, look how, oh, how can I explain this? Look how it eats this candle up. It stops right here because that's the top of this candle. Anytime you see the chart like that, like look, this stop right here, when it starts going back up, it stops around there again and it goes back down, right? That's how we know about double tops, triple tops, right? And sometimes on a triple top, even though it's a bearish pattern, it breaks it. That's why I'm talking about SPY. I believe it's going to break it tomorrow, but we got to see pre-market, right? But there's no candles in the way. Once, like right here, once you pass in this green candle, when it was going up, it stopped here at one given point, right? Matter of fact, delete this, use this one right here, and I'm gonna use this candlestick. It stopped here at one point. I'm gonna go to a smaller time frame in a second and explain this, right? But once you're past like a resistance of a candlestick, like right here, it grow, and look, there's no other candles in the way. It's gonna eat up this candle every single time, and it'll stop at the bottom of this previous candle first, because that's the price action, right? I'm gonna draw a line right there too, and I'm gonna try to remember to delete it. And let's just press play and let's see how it plays out. And no is the reason why I'm saying something about up here when the candlestick is up there, is like why Moody is not gonna get out the trade, because it still has time to eat up. Look, it stops right there. It still has time to eat up this whole candle, right? How can I explain it? If I could find another. Are you able to understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Because all right, see, it's just like this trade right here. This candle, yeah, you got this wick and it took out this target, but this wick stopped with this one right here, right? When this one started growing and took out this target, guess what? It had all the chance to break and go all the way up there, but price action stops it. See the bottom of these candles, the bounces,
Mm-hmm.
stops. Price action always stops certain things, and it only keeps running if you have a lot of volume in the trade. And you see how it broke the RSI? You just needed more volume. If they wanted to buy it up, they was going to buy it up. They just wanted to fake people out. That's all. And then they did it and came back up there and did it again. And it's just like, it just keeps happening and happening. So, yeah, so I know I didn't really give you, I did give you an analysis, but
yeah, I just thought that by like to end of the week, I had projection, it would be like 178, and after 178, it would go up to like I think I had on my chart maybe a 182 or something I had. But I was just interested in see if I was on the right track. Or I have been watching like if it falls down or goes below the resistance.
you are, so you want to stay above 173.64. That is your 50%. Even though this didn't go too down right here, it's 50% of this candlestick. And it's over it, right? And when I draw it, I leave it, and I like to look at the candlestick and see how it plays. Look at how that 50% retracement rule on any candlestick, man, it is so vital to understand it. Look at how it runs up. This is the 50% retracement rule. So you can understand that's where I drew it from on a weekly, on the bottom to the top. That is that range of that previous week's candle, right? Look at how as soon as we get there, it tests it. Boom, tests it and comes right back down, just consolidates on it. Inverted head and shoulders. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder. Boom, right? So it consolidates right there. Gave you a bullish pattern and it breaks back over it. Every time it breaks back, well, I wouldn't say every time, but 9 times out of 10, it always comes back to retest. And when you see it hold over that 50% retracement rule and start flying, now that I just showed you that on a 10-minute chart, you see this? Tell me if you can understand it on a weekly chart. You see this? This candlestick growing? It's past the 50%. And it's going to keep growing. hopefully, but it just bounced on a 10-minute chart. You've seen it bounce off of this and kept going. So it's holding it as some type of support, right? Look, I'll take you over to SPY. It's kind of like all chopped up. Me and Jordan was doing a whole bunch of stuff talking on SPY today, but he had a 50% retracement rule that he was looking at, and I had, let me take it off of this stuff. But I had mine, I forgot what time frame, and I think he had his on like the 15. I had mine, see, it's right next to each other. I had mine on like the 30 or something like that. Let me see, let me go to 15. Yeah, I can't even remember. But this is one thing I would say. He was trading SPY. I wasn't trading SPY. I was just looking at it. But long story short, you can see how it comes down. This is your 50% retracement. It breaks your 50% retracement and goes up, and it holds. Like, even if the candles come down, it just wicks and it holds over this 50% retracement and keeps running, right? There's another 50% retracement right here. This one got drawn. I just don't remember the candlesticks it got drawn on, but you can see this white goes to that white. Then this white goes to that white, and that red is right there. Look at these candlesticks, how it flirts on that one. Look how it bounces on that 50% and keeps going. This bounce was on your 50% as well and keeps going. You know what I'm saying? So like, all we need to keep running is for SPY to pull back. Like I said yesterday, we just need SPY to pull back in pre-market. If it pulls back in pre-market, it's a wrap. It's gonna run. It's gonna try to run again and go oversold, and then it's gonna TTO and come back down. Let me go to the chat. I'm almost about to jump off here.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome, of course. Do you use broadening formation? Yes, I use broadening formations all the time, but the thing is, I see them with my eyes, so I don't even be drawing them sometimes because I can see them on the candlesticks. But yes, and I'm gonna do a class on it as well to help people out with it. When the market void that, sorry, are you marking the levels lines? Yes, I'm marking the levels and the lines. Check your DMs. I'm JC Trades. All right, I got you. How can I book a one-on-one with you? I kind of answer that. You feel we reversing tomorrow? No. And I will have to see what pre-market tells me. And then like another thing that helps me too is like when I go to the daily and I'm looking at pre-market and I'm seeing where pre-market is at, you know, if we're over 50% of that candle, 9 times out of 10, we're going to go 2 up. And especially if we're like right here, we're normally going to go 2 up and trigger, and it could try to fake us out, but you just take your profits. You know what I'm saying? And then see what happens, right? Because you're just trading the beginning of the market. But like I said, I've been saying that SPY is going to come test. I believe it's going to come test the 50 mark on the RSI, and that's what it's doing. So now we just want to see if it's going to test, break over, and then bounce, like how it did right here, how it tested, broke over, and then bounced and kept going for a little bit. So that's what we're looking for. So now as of late, I don't see a reversal to the downside. There's no reversals. Everything is still on a continuation inside, continuation to the upside. And that's how I'm able to tell, like, no, there's no reversal. Like if I see a reversal, like right here, like 2 down, 1, it reversed down to the downside, but that's just a pullback. And that's all coming from a smaller time frame. You know what I'm saying? So if I go smaller and smaller, I may see a reversal, I may see a pullback like how I'm seeing, but that's just a pullback. It's not a full reversal yet, right? Because I'm also not seeing that on a bigger time frame just yet, and we still have full time frame continuity. Yes, run that live in the morning. Yeah, run that live in the morning. Can you repeat what does your blue and orange candle means again? Thanks. Yeah, when it's blue, it has full time frame continuity to the upside. If it's blue, it is bullish. If it's orange, it has full time frame continuity to the downside. It means that it's bearish. If I explained it a different way, you can just let me know and I'll try to figure out what other way I explained it. I know I just explained it on here, like when you change it. outputs and inputs. You scroll all the way down. Active, full time frame continuity. You change them to the colors that you want, right? And it's not going to change your candlesticks. It's just going to change the live candlestick to let you know, like, oh, you have full time frame continuity, they're buying, or you have full time frame continuity to the downside, they're selling. Yep. All right, guys. Does anybody have any more questions? And I will be dropping the PD, the file. And just give me till tomorrow, because I have to like break this down and send y'all like the first ones that we went through and stuff like that, not to confuse everybody and stuff like that. But if y'all want it, just, you know what I'm saying, just let me know. Like, yo, Moody, we understand the strat. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying, tap into the class. Like, let's go ahead and get that so we can start doing this stuff. But let me go back to this thing, the chat. If nobody has any more questions, I'm jumping off of here. I really appreciate everybody jumping on. I don't think anybody has any more questions. Let me stop this recording.